know what, Morty? I'm not going back.
Resting.
Retaining your seat.
You in.
Now,
So see,
as you retain,
Somebody just asked me.
semen is the
Once you hit, why do I feel like it's a
one of the best.
yo benefits of semen retention,
and the minerals start to.
Guys, you inherit.
You know what, Morty?
Eric in the building. What's happening with you tonight, my man? Caleb in the building. What's happening with you tonight, my man?
I said, don't disturb you. I'm cleaning my room.
You are now listening to the Shaved Lion King Radio, the realest retainer in the game. You are now listening to the Shaved Lion King Radio, the realest retainer in the game.
Activate the Shaved Lion King.
You are now listening to Beantown Beats. Beantown Beats.
You are now listening to TSLK.
The most powerful man in the universe.
Yo, what up, fellas? What up, fellas? How's everybody doing tonight, man? I said, how is everybody doing tonight? I hope you all are doing well. I'm doing well. As you can see, it's your main man, your captain, back in the building one more again, bro, the Shaved Lion King. And listen, here tonight, man, I'm here to talk to you guys about something super important, man, okay? Everything that we've been talking about here on this channel, man, has been super important, bro. There's been a lot of crazy things going on in my life, and I know a lot of you guys out there is experiencing these things as well. Let me tell you guys something, in case you guys out there haven't taken notice yet, man, that we are living in what we call these end times. Therefore, us going on our semen retention journeys during this time and practicing this practice, man, has signified to me one thing, that this is the end game. We are here in the end times. We are being forced to do things that we are not used to doing. We are being forced, okay, to better ourselves. We are being forced to ward off all the negative entities that are here on our planet that are trying to influence us to stay low vibrational. And this is my whole talk today about this end game. Let me tell you guys something, man. Let me tell you guys something that I think most of you guys know, man, but it's going to take me to explain it pretty clearly to get you guys to understand on how serious this is, okay? We're living in a time, man, okay, where our women in the modern day, okay, are no longer going after who it is that they desire. Our women are no longer trying to find love and happiness. Our women are out here today, bro, in survival mode. And they're out here in survival mode for a very important reason. I want you to understand what's going on out here, okay? As you guys can see, our society is ran by money. Okay. Money has changed the way relationships work, the dynamics, the happiness, the marriages. Money has been one of the biggest factors that has changed the way that we interact with or with our counterparts. And I want you guys to understand something, man. All of these things have forced us men out here, us real men out here, to do the right thing. Shout out to the haters driving by. Shout out to all you haters that are watching me. Shout out to all you haters that are watching me on the secret app. I know there's probably at least about 40 or 50 of you watching right now. I had to throw that in there. But as I said, man, most of us out here are having to do things that we are not normal to do. Okay. We're being forced to do things. And I want you guys to understand, again, this all signifies the end games, the end times, this times that we are living in where we're forced to do certain things. Here's what I want you guys to understand. Okay. It's a reason why we're practicing this practice, because most of us out there truly want to do the right thing. Most of us out there are tired, all right, are being forced, like I said, to in a corner to watch adult material. We're being forced in a corner to be on these dating websites. We're being forced in a corner, man, okay, to try our hardest to go out there and try to find companionship. But this is what I want you guys to understand. Since we're trying so hard to do all of these things, you guys got to understand on the times that we are living in and the reason why we are practicing retention, because this is going to be a means to it, a means to an end very soon is what I want to say. This is what we are practicing this practice for, okay? We're not doing this for any other reason, okay? I want you guys to understand this. We are not doing this for any other reason. We are doing this as a sign of the times to protect ourselves, okay? Because of what is going on out here. As I just told you guys, the way that this world is going right now, okay, we are truly seeing a control system put upon our world where, like I said, everything is now being ran off of money. And because of that, what is happening, most of us out here who are truly good people, who decide to not sell out to the system, who decided to not be pressured into doing things that we didn't want to do, we were only left with a couple options. And what was those options? Option number one, join what everybody else is doing. Act like we don't see what's going on in the world. Put the blinders over our eyes and just go along with everybody else is doing. Option number two, go and watch the corn, self-please, lose your confidence, okay? Be depressed, feel low vibrational, feel sad about yourself because you're not doing what is normal in interactions between man and woman, okay? Or option number three, you go above all of these things that we are doing and you go and you start retaining your seed. And this is what most of us have chosen that are here in the SR community. And I want you guys to understand, this signifies that we are truly in the end games, okay? We can look around our society and we can see the control more than one way, okay? We're seeing how we're coming into a fullest surveillance state, okay? Everywhere we go, we're being watched. There is little to no privacy, okay? We're having to change up the way our IDs are being used. We're having to go from regular IDs to driver's license, okay, to special IDs to be able to travel. We're having to use passports. We're having to use so many different identifications to be able to go from here to there, okay? We're having to do so many different things that are signifying to us that the control down here is getting tighter and tighter, which again signifies to you that we are in this end game. And it's very important for you guys to understand, man, do not go with the pressure. Do what it is that you want to do, okay, which is the right thing. And this is why most of us are on this retention journey. And I want you to understand, man, it isn't just a few of us. There's a lot of people in this world who are questioning what is going on in the modern day. And I want you guys to understand, man, this is real. This is a real spiritual warfare that we live in, okay? And we are all being tested. We're being tested every day on what path that we're choosing to take, on what decisions we are choosing to make. And I want you guys to understand, man, I'm being strong through this. All the things that I have been going through, all the things that I know many of you have been going through, all the changes that we've been forced to try to go with in this society has been signifying to us one thing, man, okay, that this world is not what we think it is. And I know a lot of you guys are starting to see that based off of all the pressure that is being put upon our regular people out here to try to choose a side and what it is that you're going to do. Now, this end game, man, what I want you to understand, this end game, okay, this is showing you guys, it's showing you guys that, look, man, we don't want to be degenerates, okay? We don't want to fall and go with the program, okay? We're not out here trying to sell our souls. We're not out here trying to sell our bodies. We're not out here trying to be low vibrational people, okay? All we want to do is have free will to do what it is that we want to do. And we understand that everything that we're being shown in the modern day in 2026 is self-destructive to real men, okay? Like I said, they are over embargoing us with the corn, okay? They are putting the over sexuality all over the internet, okay? And all of this does is force us into a corner and make us decide on what path we're going to take. And I want you guys to understand that I have been strong and I have been walking this journey honestly, and I have been forthright with everything that I have told you guys. And I want you guys to understand, man, I'm going to continue to walk this walk and continue to stay on my highest path and lead with good leadership. And let's show you guys that there is another way that you can go in this world, and you don't have to go and do things that you do not want to do that are against your morals, okay? Because this is what is in fact happening to us. I want you to understand, us being retainers, us being real retainers, us being real people who have the voice to come up here and stand up. We have the voice to come up here and tell the truth about what is going on in our society. We have the power to come up here and be honest and authentic about truly what we're living and what we're seeing and what we're going through as a result of the higher choices that we decide to make in our lives. And I want you guys to understand this, man, that this is something that is going to be weighing upon you heavily if you make the wrong decision. Because as I told you, we are coming into a time now where the control is getting more and more radical, okay? And I want you guys to understand that you're going to continue to have to do the right thing. You're going to have to continue to stay smart and sharp. And the only way you're going to do that, bro, is to walk around with all your life force energy, okay? To walk around here with full balls as a man and understand, man, this is how you're going to keep your head on tight. This is how you're going to keep your brain and your mind working at its most optimal state, okay? Do not be swayed about what is going on in this society. Do not be scared. Do not get forced, okay, by these people in this society who are trying to make this world the way that they want it, okay? You are going to have to understand, man, okay? We are living in the end times, and there's a reason why we are being forced to make these decisions, okay? This is not a joke, okay? This is a true spiritual warfare, and you must understand that everything that we are doing right now in 2026 is going for our future. It is going for our higher good. This is why it's very important for you to find that courage. This is why it's very important for you to find your strength, and you cannot do that when you're depleted and defeated. You cannot do that when you allow this system to keep their foot on your necks despite what is going on out here that is out of your control, okay? Because most of the stuff that is taking place out here is out of our control, but you must understand, you got to be strong enough to make the right decisions. You cannot allow this pressure to fold you, okay, and make you do things against your morals. I see so many people in this world, especially in our semen retention community, man, that show me this, okay? We have so many people out here that can't even retain a couple of weeks. We have so many people out here that can't even retain 30 days. We have so many people out here that can't even retain 60 days. And all these things just signify to you on how much this pressure has gotten to regular people and how they're just going along with the programming. And this is the difference that I want to show you between real retainers, okay? Understanding, man, that all of this stuff that is going on out here is to test us. It's to test on how much willpower we got. It is to test on how good of a character that we have. And I told you guys, man, whether you want to believe it or not, we are all being watched by a higher power. Okay, there's a higher power up in the sky watching every single choice, every single decision that we have made. And I want you guys to understand, and this is how we're going to earn this. Okay, this is not the place that we are supposed to be. We all understand this. I've talked about it several times over 3 different streams on how we live in HE double hockey stick. And you guys are starting to see that. Okay, when you're in a society, man, where you are being forced to self-pleasure, when you're in a society, man, where our women are being taken away from real men based on a survival need of money, of a control system, okay, should show you, man, on what is exactly going on in this society. It's crazy to think, man, that we are still in a WAR. It's crazy to think, bro, that we have people from different countries who are now taking positions in our GOVTE, okay? We understand on what's going on, man, okay? We're not dumb. We understand that this society is trying to rapidly change. They're trying to mold it into what it is that they want. And this is why I want you guys to understand, man, no matter what is going on out here, no matter what kind of pressure is being put on you, understand, man, that there are so many people just like you going through the exact same thing. And I am one of them. I'm letting you guys know that I have been strong. Some of the things that these people are doing to me is absolutely atrocious, okay? And this would tell you, if something like this is happening to someone good like me, you need to understand on the times that we are living in. This is the end game, fellas. We are the Avengers. We are the people out here who are doing the right thing. We're the people out here who are standing up with our voice. We're the people out here standing up on our own platforms, speaking the truth, when most of the people out here, like I said, who are just scared, who've let fear get to them, let fear overtake their lives, and they're not willing to speak up for themselves. We are the voice. We are the light of this world. And no matter what these people do, do not let them shut you down. Do not let them dim your light. Keep going strong. Do what it is that you believe in, because I promise you guys, I promise you, this is not going to be the end reality for us, okay? This is a short time that we are here on this planet, and our job is to help other people awaken to their true higher power, okay? And not let the matrix take over them. This is what I am doing, and this is why all of these things have happened into me, because I want you to understand, as I said before, whether you want to believe it or not, whether your spiritual eyes are open or not, this is a significant spiritual war, and it is real. You have real people out here whose job is to really try to make your life chaos, to really keep you low vibrational, to keep you out here being a fornicator, to keep you out here being depleted and defeated, to keep you out here attached to a system that was ran by money, lowering your value, lowering the things that you truly believe in your life, and keeping you bound to this hellhole. And I want you guys to understand, man, we must fight. Okay, this is what the Avengers did in the end game. They took on one of the biggest threats, Thanos, okay? And what they had to do is they had to muster up the strength, okay? They had to come together, bro. They had to use all their highest consciousnesses to come together, man, and ward off of this enemy. And this is exactly what we're going to have to do in this world. This is not a joke. This is not a game. Most of the people around you, okay, are non-player characters. Most of the people around you, bro, are Cabbage Patch Kids. Most of the people around you are not real, okay? And you should know this by now. If you've made it this far in your journey, you should know this right now. If you're an awakened soul, you should be able to see what is going on in your family. You should be able to see what's going on in your outside world and understand, man, what is trying to take place and how it is trying to affect you. And this is how I'm trying to prove to you guys that this is the end game. We are being tested, okay? We are being pressured to see on what decisions that we are going to make. And I told you, man, this is the time for you to be strong. This is the time for you to stand up and fight what you believe in, okay? Because if you don't, what is going to happen is these people are going to take over and do what they want. And let me get you guys to understand. We've seen this transpire over the last few years. We've seen things like the Colgate 19. We've seen how we were forced into doing things that we didn't want to do. We're seeing how we're being forced into working like we don't want to. We're being overworked, okay? We're being underpaid. All of these things are signifying to you on what time it is down here in this world. It is a time right now for you to stand up on your shield and do what you believe. Do not let these people force you into a corner and put you into decisions that are going to harm your better good. Okay, I'm telling you guys, this is what's going on, man, and we have to fight back. We have to do the right thing, because if we don't, we are going to be taken over. We are going to be forced into these times again where we're going to have to take things that are not good for our health. We're going to have to work like slaves. We're going to have to sacrifice all of our time, all of our happiness, all right, to support a system who has shown us that they do not care about us. I want you to understand this. This is what is going on. This is reason why all of these movies that are coming out are signifying the times that we live in. We had the movie The Civil War. They're telling you what is about to take place here, okay? People are waking up, understanding, man, that this is not the reality that we want to live in, okay? We're seeing how these people out here in this world are able to do things and get away with them scot-free, okay? We've seen the case files on the TV. We see how no one's being prosecuted. We seeing how they're doing doing harmful things to good people like me, man, and there's absolutely nothing I've been able to do about it. And anybody else that is going through the exact same thing, trying to be their higher selves, trying to do the right thing in life, and they're being attacked as well. It is time for us to stand up, okay? It is time for us to get strong. And the only way you're going to do that is to retain your sexual life force energy, okay? I am telling you, this is why they want us depleted and defeated, because once we are depleted and defeated, man, okay, we just going to go with the program. We're not going to have any fight in us. We're not going to have any fight left, man, okay? I'm telling you. And this is why they've gotten us so comfortable with this instant gratification society, because they're lulling us to sleep. And I want you guys to understand, man, it's going to continue to get worse and worse and worse until we stand up and do something about it, okay? This is a spiritual war. This is not a physical war. You have to fight this war with your mind. You have to fight this war with your vibrations. You cannot fold. You cannot come out here and try to fight this enemy, okay, physically, because this is not the way it works. The minute we decide to come together, the minute we decide to say enough is enough, okay, we are going to be able to change our reality. But the simple fact of the matter is we have to get enough people to understand, man, on what it is that they got on the line. And I'm sitting here telling you, besides all you people who've been lulled to sleep, okay, I'm telling you what is going on, okay? It is a time for us to fight back. It is a time for us to wake up to what is going on in this control system, okay? Because they are literally forcing us into a corner, all right, where we're going to continue to go through and live a life that we don't want to live, okay? I don't want to keep continuing to go on in a life like this where I have to struggle. I don't want to have to go on in a life like this where I'm watching innocent people be harmed. I don't want to keep going on in a life like this where they're able to keep pumping out all of this low vibrational material, forcing it down our throats, okay? And eventually what that's going to do is that's going to convert a lot of people. And I told you, this is indicative of our semen retention community. You can go and look in our semen retention community and you can see how many people are struggling with this very topic, okay? And these people are not even married. These people don't have significant others. These people are going to be forced into the same system that is trying to overtake all of us currently. And this is what I'm trying to open you guys' eyes to. This is the end game, fellas. This is not a joke. This is a serious spiritual war that we are living in. And I know all of you guys see it, okay? Because we would not be on this practice if this wasn't happening, okay? We shouldn't have to be on semen retention to the ways that we are doing it, okay? Again, we're being forced because we understand that we can't just go out here and find a happy, truly genuine relationship based off of the programming, based off the structure and the way the system is set up. Because I just told you, it is run off of currency. It is run off of money. And they did that for a reason. They did that for a reason to control the very things that us men truly want, and that is a significant other, that is a wife, that is a family, okay? And this is how they're going to force many of us to go along with this system, okay? And the rest of us are going to have to make a decision. As I said, it's either we're going to continue to go on this journey, be on our highest path, raise our vibrations, become smarter and sharper, think for ourselves, or we're going to have to go and be a depleted coomer like everybody else. And this is a decision that I want you guys to make honestly. And I'm trying to tell you, man, I've already had to weigh this decision. I've already had to make a choice. And I'm telling you right now, I've lived those lives before. I've lived every single one of those lives that I've told you. And the life that I have chosen and the life that I believe in is going to benefit me in total, happiness is retention. Okay. Because like I said, I'm not falling to any of these tricks. I'm doing what is best for me. I'm doing what is best for my beliefs, my creator. Okay. The things that I want in my future. I'm protecting myself from all the traps in this society. Okay. Whether that be, wrongful accusing, or whether that be the S, the T, and the D's, whatever it may be. Okay. Based off what is going on in the society, which is causing a whole bunch of turmoil. And I'm trying to make sure that you guys are understanding, man, that this is really what's going on. Okay. I'm trying to get you guys to understand this is really what's going on. I know some of you guys know, but I know a lot of you guys that come in here are still green and you're trying to see what is going on in your life. And I'm sitting here telling you guys, man, this is really a reality. This is what's happening right now. You're being tested, okay? You're being forced into making decisions. And pretty soon, you're not going to have a whole lot of choices at your disposal. And this is why I'm trying to get you guys to become your best version. This is why I'm trying to get you guys to be your own Lion Kings. This is why I'm trying to get you guys, man, to stand on your shield and stand up for yourself and do what it is that you want to do with your own free will, okay? And not be forced into a corner, okay, where you're going to have to submit, okay, to the controllers of this society. Because I'm telling you right now, we are not living in the world that was 20 years ago. We're not living in the world, hell, that's even 10 years ago. We are in a whole new control system, all right? And these people are going at a super fast rate to try to convert as many of us, man, all right, to do the things that they will. And this is what I'm trying to help you guys out with, because I'm telling you what has been happening to my life. I am completely shocked on the transformation and the things that have been happening to me, man, over the last 5 years. It's like I woke up in a nightmare. Okay, I really seriously feel like I've woken up in a nightmare and I don't understand how I got here. This is how progressively bad things have got, okay? And I want you to understand this is not only going to affect me, this is going to affect a lot of you. And all I want you guys to do is to be strong. All I want you guys to do, man, is make the smartest and wisest decision for yourself. And do not allow, okay, the influence of this outside world to force you down in a lower vibration, man, because this is what they're trying to do. They understand that they don't have much time to do this before the higher frequencies come to this planet. I told you there's going to be a solar flash, whether you want to believe it or not, okay? And it's going to change a lot of the consciousness down here. But the whole point of this journey is to endure. And the only way you're going to be able to endure is to have your strength as a man. And you cannot have your strength as a man, when you're letting other people make decisions for you. There's no way that you can do that. There's no way that you can protect yourself, man. When you go in and give in to this system, I'm telling you guys what is happening on the other side. And it's not anything that you want to take a part of. Like I said, I see so many guys who are a part of that. And let me show you what their lifestyle's like. Some of these guys are out there, they're not even on retention, but they're not even married. They don't even have a girlfriend. What does that tell you that they're doing? If they're not talking about retention, okay, they're not talking about their wife, they're not talking about a girlfriend, what does that tell you that these people are doing? And this is what they are forcing us to do. This is the situation that they have forced us in. And I'm trying to tell you guys, you do not want to go that route. Okay, because there's a whole lot of things that are going to happen to you mentally and physically when you decide to live a life like that. You're just going to go along with the system and do low vibration, degenerate things, okay, just like everybody else. And if that's what you want to do, then go ahead, be fine. But understand, man, okay, there is coming a time here, man, all right, where this pressure is going to get a whole lot tighter. You're going to be forced to do things again that you did not want to do, Okay, these are the times that are coming, guys. You guys think just because we got out of the Vaseline 19 that it's not going to be coming back, or something like that on the horizon is not on the, the next train towards you. This is really what is about to happen in this world. Okay, whether you guys want to believe it or not, you should know it by now, because all of you have to do the same things to survive in this world. All of you have to get up in the morning for your 9 to 5 job, go sit in traffic, go do a job that you do not want to do, be underpaid, still not be able to take care of your family, okay? All while still having to abide by all the rules in this matrix. And this is where I'm trying to tell you, we need to take our power back. We need to understand what is going on and understand that there's a time like this in every civilization that has always take place, where the people have to stand up for themselves, okay? Because if you don't, the dictatorship is going to get worse and worse and worse. And this is the time we are living in, ladies and gentlemen. This is, in fact, the end game, okay? I am telling you, this is the end game. It's either you stand up for yourself or you're going to be taken over by the corruption, okay? These are your only two options. And I would never tell you something that is a lie. Okay, I'm telling you what has been happening to me. Okay, and it's just a matter of time before it happens to you. Okay, this is a control system. Okay, they are doing this to people who do not want to go with the program. What does that tell you the program is? If you have to be forced into doing something, does that sound like something that you want to do? If you're forced into doing something. So just imagine what's going to happen later on in the future when you're continuing to be able to be forced to do things that you do not want to do. This is why I'm trying to tell you, you better stand up now. You better stand up and make a decision and a choice now, okay? Instead, you're going to be like all these other people who had to learn the hard way. All those other people out there who got jabbed up and didn't talk and didn't stand up for themselves. And now these people got long-term issues, okay? A lot of these people lost their lives, okay? These are the things that are coming in our future, okay, based off of what is happening in our control system. As I just told you, okay, we have people from other countries that are in most powerful positions over our GOVT. Okay, I need you to understand that. I'm trying to talk as clean as possible. We are in those times, and these people do not like us. These people do not like Americans. What do you think is going to happen, guys? Why do you think that no one has stood up and done anything about all the corn, all the wrongful doings, okay, all the inappropriate material, okay, all the inappropriate websites, all the inappropriate advertising? Why do you think none of these things have changed? Because I told you, the dictatorship is real. The people who we got representing us are really not doing this for our best interests, okay? And sooner or later, like I said, the pressure's going to be on again, where we're going to get forced into making decisions that we don't want to do. And I'm trying to protect you guys and get you guys to understand the importance of standing up for yourself. This is why all of these things happen to good people, because the good people come here and they're trying to tell you the truth. They're trying to awaken you to really what is going on in this society, okay? This is really happening, okay? I want you to think about all the good people who's been locked up. I want you to think about all the good people that we've had here on this internet, okay? And we see what has happened to them. This is, in fact, what is going to happen to you. I want you to understand it doesn't matter if you join some sort of group. That group doesn't have any power. That group is just hurdling the cows. That group is just hurdling you guys up, okay? And eventually you're going to be forced into doing the exact same things, all right, that we just came from. This is what is about to transpire in our world, okay? I am not making this up. And this is why they are doing things like this to people like me, because I am really sitting here trying to tell you guys what is going on in society. And I want you guys to protect yourselves. I want you guys to protect your families, because these people don't care about you, okay? They do not care about you. And they're going to do what it is that they want to do. And this is why I've been trying to help you guys, because we are in these times. Eric in the building. What's happening with you, Eric? Appreciate you for being up in here, man. Superhuman SR in the building. Appreciate you for being up in here, my man. Steven Retention in the building, my guy. What's happening with you, Steven? Appreciate you for being up in here. Angel in the building. How you doing, man? Appreciate you for being up in here tonight. So again, guys, to reiterate, we are in the end times. This is the end game. We are being forced to make a decision, either retain or join the side that is controlling everything, okay? Being like everybody else, okay? I'm not a follower, okay? I never will be a follower. There is nothing ever good that's came from following people, okay? I'm understanding on what is going on out here, okay? Things that have been happening to me should not be happening to me. I should not be going through this. I should not have to experience this life that I've been going through. And again, this proves to me exactly what times that we're in, because guess what? This wasn't happening to me 10 years ago. This wasn't happening to me 20 years ago. This wasn't happening to me 25, 30 years ago. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, this is starting to happen to me, okay? This control system that I have never seen is starting to happen to me. I'm being forced to do things that I do not want to do, okay? I'm being forced out of relationships. I'm being forced out of families because I do not want to go along with the programming. And this is what I'm telling you. What do you think is going to happen to you people that don't stand up for yourselves? Okay, I just used COVID as an example. That was a time where you did not stand up for yourself. That was a time where you did not speak up for yourself. And you got forced into doing things that not only harmed your health, but harmed others. Okay. A lot of people lost their lives. Okay. We're in these times of a control system. And anytime that you see that people cannot be harmonizing in a relationship, coexisting with significant others based off of a program, a system that was put into place off of money that is ripping families apart, that is ripping relationships apart, that is only giving women certain options to be able to be comfortable in a world like this, should prove to you on what time it is that we live in. I'm telling you guys, these are the end times. This is the end game. And this is why I want you guys to wake up. This is why I want you to take your power back. So many of us say we believe. So many of us say we believe in the Most High. So many of us say that we believe in Christ. Well, I'm sitting here telling you right now, the Most High and the Christ aren't people that just go along with the programming. They stood up for themselves, okay? They spoke out against this type of thing, okay? They did not go along with the programming. And this is what I see most of the people do. Even the people that sit up here and so-called say that they believe, when I watch their actions and I understand that they're not representing what it is that they believe. This is the world that we are living in, ladies and gentlemen, okay? The grip is getting tighter. Things are going to continue to get worse. The surveillance has gotten out of control. You absolutely have no privacy in America, and it's going to continue to get worse and worse and worse and worse. My thing is this: if you're a real honest person out there, ask yourself this true question. Do you really like your life? Do you love what is going on right now? Are you just living comfortable, being able to have the freedom to do what you want? And that answer is going to be absolutely not, okay? There's not one person that I know that is living that type of life, okay? Those are only for the elite. Those are only for the millionaires and the billionaires. And guess what? There's not very many of them out there. So that means every single person other than that category is going through exactly what it is that I have been talking about. Understanding on how this is getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. These people are not going to change. This is a dictatorship, okay? This is not a free country, all right? We are being forced. We're having to watch and be brainwashed with all sorts of things that are no good for us. And you guys know that this is the truth. Okay, there is violence everywhere. There is drama everywhere. There is wrongdoings everywhere. We're watching how criminals get away with everything. We're watching how there is no real help down here. And you guys want to continue to go on with this as the narrative. And this is how I know most of you guys out there haven't been retaining your sexual life force energy, or you would have the courage to be standing up, speaking out on what it is that you truly believe in. Okay. I'm telling you guys, the future is not good. Okay. This is not a happy place. This is not going to be set up and your future is going to get better. It's going to progressively get worse and worse and worse and worse. Okay. We're already seeing what is happening with the technology. The technology is coming in. It's showing you what is about to take place. Okay. What do you think is going to happen when all of these AI start taking your jobs? What do you think is going to happen when all these AIs, okay, are running everything in this United States? What do you think is going to happen to you? Okay. This is why we can go around and no job is paying us what we're truly worth. This is why none of us can go around and find a job that actually makes enough money to support our families. And you guys think that it's going to get better. How do you think it's going to get better when you are going to be replaced with technology because they want to have the cheapest, work labor as possible? Okay. This is our future. This is why everybody is struggling, because there's people out there who are actually standing up for this and saying no. And we need most of you guys out there to understand. We need most of you guys out there to wake up to what is going on. Stop following all these people out here who really think that they got it made. Okay. Social media, it doesn't mean you got it made. Just because you have a social media account and you're making a little bit of money doesn't mean you got it made. Okay. All it's going to take is for something to happen and social media to shut down, and now you're asked out just like everybody else. Okay. We are coming into a time where you're going to have to build your own wealth. We're coming into a time where you're going to have to create your own worth. Okay. And there's no way that you can do that. There's absolutely no way that you can do that by still walking around blind in this society. Okay. There's absolutely no way you could do that when you're over sexualized. You're sexually depleted of life force energy, where you just have this, I don't care attitude, and you just go with whatever is going on in this world. You're going to become a victim. And I'm trying to warn you guys, man. Okay. I know you see it. I know you guys hear what I'm saying. Okay. This is not a game. And the only other option you're going to have is to join. Okay. Only other option you're going to have is to join. And I want you to understand there's not a happy ending on that side either. Because you're still going to have to go through the program. You're still going to have to go through with the dictatorship. Just because you have joined something doesn't mean that you've made it. Okay. Nobody is going to be escaping from the dictatorship that is coming to the United States. Okay. It's controlled by billionaires, and the billionaires want work labor as cheap as possible. All right. And this is why they have created the robots. This is why they have created the AI. And this is why we're going to continue to struggle as people down here, because we don't want to let it go. Okay. We don't want to give it up. We want to continue to hold on to this system that has not even treated us right. Okay. There is nothing positive down here. Listen, I'm not a hater by any means. I've sat here and I've thought over and over and over about my life. I've sat here and I thought over and over and over about all the different things that I could do in this world before all these things started happening. And let me tell you, man, even then, there wasn't a whole lot of things that I could honestly say that has been worth it down here. Because again, you still have to walk around every single day and try to protect your livelihood. You still got to find ways to make money. You got to still find ways to stay healthy. You got to still find ways to avoid all the traps in the food and the water system. You got to still find a way to keep out of the system. Okay. And like I said, the system has completely changed. The surveillance state has completely changed. Okay. The way that money works, the dollar has lost its value. Okay. We are now going to be turning into a digital currency. Do you know what that means when things change to a digital currency? That doesn't mean more freedom for you. That means more surveillance. That means more control. Okay. And what is going to happen when you don't abide? What is going to happen when you don't follow the program? Okay. When everything is digital, they're going to turn off your resources. They're going to turn off your money. They're going to turn off your ability to survive. And this is why I've been trying to tell you guys, you need to understand on the times that we are coming in, because this is in fact what is about to happen. This is why everything has turned to digital. This is why you have to get new enhanced digital IDs. This is why the surveillance the way it is. This is why there's flock everywhere, okay? Because you're going to be watched wherever you go, okay? Every dollar you spend is going to be watched. Every dollar that you spend is going to be monitored. We have a new system called the Fed now coming in, okay? And so many of us sit here and complain about paying taxes, okay? I know you guys hear what I'm saying. So many of us sit up here and complain about paying taxes, okay? Taxes are taking majority of our money, okay? And what is end up going to happen now is we're having a new system run by the same people who take your money, okay? Who should be letting you have that money, and now they're going to be monitoring every single thing that you do. Every single dollar that you spend is now going to be watched through this system, okay? How do you not see what's going on? How do you not see that you need to understand that you're going to have to find a way to make your self-worth, okay? You're going to have to find a way, because if you don't, you're going to be leaning on this system. And guess what? It's going to get worse and worse and worse. And what does that mean? That means you're going to have to do more and more things that you do not want to do, okay? This is what is going to happen. This is what is about to happen, okay? It is not going to be good for anybody around the board, except for those who have the millions and billions of dollars, and that is none of us, okay? And still, you're going to keep holding on to this American dream despite what we're about to go through, despite being changed over to a digital currency, despite not having no cash. This is the whole reason they're getting rid of the cash system. So you don't have a way to make a come up for. You don't have a way to be able to create extra money without these people monitoring what it is that you're doing. We are coming into a time, ladies and gentlemen, okay, where everything's going to be about the decisions that you made, okay? And this is the whole reason I'm trying to get you guys to understand on the importance of that we are in the end game. And decisions that you're going to have to make are going to have to be very smart, okay? And this is the whole reason we are pushing this retention thing, okay? Because why? Because I'm telling you, it gives you these eyes to see. It gives you the understanding. It gives you your courage back. Without retaining our sexual life force energy, like I said, we become docile, all right? We just go with the programming, okay? And we're going to continue to be victims. We're going to continue to go through things that we do not want to go through. And I am tired of living a life like this. I am tired of leaning on a system that has done nothing for me, that has done nothing for my family, that has done nothing for any of you, okay? Because we're all out there running the hamster wheel on 9 to 5 every single day, and none of us have made it on our feet, okay? We've been working at access of 20 plus years, and we don't have anything to show for it, okay? This is the world that we live in. You guys need to wake up. Stop being so distracted by all of these things that they're doing in our society, and understand, man, that the cage is getting smaller and smaller. The grip is getting tighter and tighter. And the best thing to do for you is to walk away from the system, okay? Stop giving in, okay? You women out there, all right? There's more options out there for the men except the men that they are giving you. There's way more options out there except the men that they're giving you the small pool to choose from. All you women out there have to choose from the same men, okay? What is that? Servicemen, armed forces men, men with government jobs, okay? Because that's the only way that you're going to make it. That's the only way that you're going to survive. And because of that, you're out there living a life that you're truly not happy of. And this is why there's so much divorces. But I need you women to understand that they've gone and they've changed that too. Because now you get married to these men and you get divorced, you get absolutely nothing. Okay? They have changed the ways. They have changed everything around the board. And this is why I've been trying to tell you guys, man, the most important thing that we can be doing right now in 2026 is figuring out who we are and what kind of character that we have, okay? And what kind of self-worth that we have and what we could do to monetize our own abilities and our own gifts and create our own wealth, okay? Because if you don't, you're going to continue to go through this system. You're going to continue to struggle. You're going to continue to be unhappy. This is what is happening. And this is why us men are doing what we're doing. And I know there's a lot of women out there who are standing up on their shield as well. There's a lot of women out there that are saying, we're not just going to be having offspring with any old men anymore. We're not going to be out here just giving our babies away, okay, to this system, okay, because that's the only reason they want you to have them in the first place is to create more slaves for this system. They do not care about you, okay? They're not even telling you on what you're truly supposed to be inheriting down here as a human being, okay? We all have this thing called a trust, and none of us get to access this trust, but let you have some, babies born, okay? Keep out here and keep holding up the system. Keep coming out here and creating all these workers for the system, okay? And understanding it's a reason why they want you to do that, because you have no clue on what you're truly valued at and what you're truly worth, okay? They are hiding the truth from us people. They are making this place a true hellhole. These billionaires, okay, that run everything are keeping everything from us hard-working, honest people. And it's time for us to wake up, man. It's time for us to wake up, okay? SEX is no good, okay? Getting in these relationships just because of fake paper money is no good. Those days are over. Selling your body for money, those days are over, okay? Like I said, everything is now coming into a digital currency. We're going to be into this digital currency probably most likely by 2027, which is months away, 2027, 2028. Okay, we're going to be into a full digital currency. We're going to be watched, monitored, okay, daily in a flock system, okay? There will be no money. Everybody's going to have to do certain jobs in order to have money. And like I said, the minute you don't comply, the minute you do not go along with the system, okay, because everything is digital and everything is going to be online, okay, you're going to be a switch away from being completely shut off from this society. And this is the way that they do it. And let me tell you the other ways that they do it. They're going to do things like they're doing to me, which is what I call the digital punishment, okay? These people have technology, all right, to throw energy at you and get you to conform. This is what you guys, okay, are going with by keeping your mouth shut, okay, by letting you go and work for them and your dollar keep voting for what it is that they are upholding. These are the things, I'm trying to talk as clean as possible. These are the things that you're about to experience. You guys think that you're not about to possibly experience the things that I'm going through. You're absolutely wrong, okay? You're absolutely wrong, okay? I'm a person being tested on, okay, on if I will conform, if I will shut up, if I will be quiet. And I told you I have no quit. I will never quit. I will never shut up about what it is that I truly believe. I'm going to stand on my shield. I'm going to die on my shield. And this is what y'all should be doing, okay? But again, you cannot do that when you've lost yourself. You cannot do that when you're overly sexualized, okay? You cannot do that, man, when you are sexually depleted. You cannot do that. You don't have the willpower. You don't have the brain power. This affects directly to your nervous system. It impairs your ability to think critically. It impairs your ability to have what I like to call courage. And this is why they come after people in the retention community, okay? Because again, we awaken to our higher selves. We understand, we see the cage that is around us. And what we try to do is we try to help other people see the exact same thing. I want you guys to understand this is the times that we are coming in, okay? These are the times, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a joke, okay? I care about all of you, okay? I care about so many of you, and I hope you can hear my voice and understand I'm trying to talk as clean as possible to get this message out. I wish I could say more. I wish I could say really what it is. I'm trying to get you guys to understand this is going to happen to you as well, okay? These are the times that we are coming in. These people who are now going to be running our country are not even from this country. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Okay? I need you to understand on what's about to happen. What does that tell you? Okay? That tells you, man, that the future is not going to be bright. Okay? We can already see that. Look how things have gotten progressively worse, man, since C-19, since 2019. Look for your own two eyes. Look how things have gotten worse. Things haven't gotten better. We haven't been able to afford food, bills, okay, housing, okay, everything has gone up. But we haven't had the ability to make more money to be able to compensate for that. No, what's happening is now, like I said, they're using AI to kick you out of all your jobs. Okay. Do I need to give you some examples? I sure will give you a couple examples. Let me give you on a small scale examples, things that I experienced personally. Okay. So I was one of those people who wanted to work for myself. I was one of those people who understood what was about to happen with this system. I seen it since 2019. I started working for myself because I had already seen it when they got us to go into lockdown and nobody could go work. Everybody had to be forced to take the Vaseline, remember? Or you couldn't get a job. So now what is about to happen? They're replacing all of us people out there who don't want to work these slave jobs with AI. Let me give you some small examples. As I said, I was one of those people who wanted to work for myself in 2019, and I had been for the longest time. But now what is happening, okay, is AI is slowly taking over. We had jobs that would allow us to make money. I'll give you a couple examples. Walmart Spark, okay? DoorDash, okay? Instacart, okay? Uber, Lyft. Now, as you can see, what is happening is all of that is being replaced by AI, okay? You have DoorDash out here now having their own AI deliver food, okay? Once where they used to offer you $5 to $10 for a delivery, okay? Now they're only offering you $2 to $3 for a delivery, when you can't even get a gallon of gas for $2 or $3. So what is happening? You have all these people out here who are trying to do the same thing as me, who are trying to have more of their time, who don't want to be a slave 24 hours a day, who wanted just to make enough money to be able to survive and still be able to live a basic life where they could go out and see movies, buy clothes every now and then, and have some freedom, okay, are now jobless, who've now been replaced by AI, who now cannot find a job. Okay, literally, there's no jobs. They've cut down on so many jobs. So many different businesses have closed. And why do you think that is? It's all because of what is happening with the AI. Okay, they have crashed the system on purpose. They crashed the system on purpose to replace everything with AI, and now they've got us all outside of our job system and with no way to create money. Okay, same thing that you have with Uber and Lyft, which is what I was doing. I was doing all three, as a matter of fact. I was doing Walmart Spark. I was doing DoorDash from time to time. Okay, I was doing Instacart from time to time, and I was doing Uber, Lyft from time to time. And guess what has happened in the last few years? All of that has taken a tremendous hit. Okay, now there's no way you can even make enough money to support, okay, the repairs on your automobile. There's not even enough money to be able to make enough money to have gas, to be able to go around, to even have the possibility to be able to deliver, okay? There's not even enough money now in the markets, all right, to even have to sustain yourself, to be a self-driving taxi for Uber or Lyft. Ask me, how do I know? Because I've had to let the job go because it stopped paying for everything. Nothing, it doesn't make any money anymore. You can't make enough money to support yourselves. And now what are they doing? Walmart has got self-driving cars, okay, for Spark. Okay, Spark was another form of grocery delivering, okay, goods from Walmart, goods from all these different stores. So now they got self-automated cars doing that. That killed the whole market. So you got hundreds and thousands of people who depended on that job to make money on the side no longer can do that job. Same thing with DoorDash. DoorDash has now made it where they're only paying people $2 to $3 for a delivery, okay? We're talking about deliveries can go from anywhere from 5 miles all the way up to 20-something miles, and they're paying people pennies on the dollar to do this. Why do you think that they did this? Because they're crashing the economy. The billionaires are crashing the economy. They're putting their money investing into AI. They're not going to have to pay the AI technology all of this money. They're going to have to pay the AI bare money just to keep it up and running, okay? So this is why they decide to get rid of thousands of people in each one of these job markets, okay? And no matter where you go, all the side gigs are dead, Okay, so what does that say? Now that tells you that you're going to have to go through their system to get a job. What have they changed in the job system? Now the job system, all right, AI is now reading all of your resumes. AI is now doing a background check, a background search on all of your resumes. So what does this say? No more creating resumes. No more lying about the jobs that you did. No more lying about the requirements that you got, okay? If you are not, if you haven't been qualified for any of these jobs, you are not going to be able to work in this modern system. Okay. And what are you going to have to do to work in this modern system? All of the things that we have just had fear put upon us and showed us that there are consequences for living that life. Okay. There's going to be same thing with the vaccinations. They're going to be rolling that back out. Okay. You guys think all of this is a joke. This is not no joke. Okay. This is what these elites, these billionaires, this is what they're doing with this economy and this society. Okay. They are crashing it. Why? Because that makes people what? That makes people want to actually come back to the system and work for the slave wages, okay? Do things that they do not want to do to survive. These are the times that we are living in, okay? And if you want to continue to go and live that life, you want to continue to keep selling yourself short, selling your bodies, all right, trying to make it in a world that was never meant to make it, all right, by all means, you keep going ahead and doing that. But I'm telling you guys what is about to happen here in the near future, okay? We don't have very much time. This is the end game, fellas. We don't have very much time left. This is what is about to happen. This is why nobody can help anybody. This is why no one can donate. This is why no one can do all the things that we used to do 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, okay? Because nobody has the ability to do it, okay? We're having our grocery prices go sky high. We're having the gas go sky high, okay? We're having the rent market go sky high, okay? They're crashing the housing economy. So what are they doing with the housing economy? Well, since they've, made it very hard for people to go out here and find jobs, and they haven't raised the dollar per hour up here, most people out here are not able to pay their mortgages. Most people out here are defaulting on their mortgages. So what is happening with that? Well, I'll tell you what is happening with that. All these rich billionaire men, okay, are buying up all the houses, okay? Think about this. All the rich billionaire men are buying up all the houses that go into foreclosure. And what are they doing? They're mowing the houses over and they're creating apartments, okay? They're creating apartments where the rent is sky high. We're talking about, 500 square foot apartments that are renting from anywhere from $1,400 to $1,500 a month, okay? Increasing the rent, okay, almost by 150, 200%. So this is what is happening right before us in our very eyes, okay? This is why we need to wake up to, being degenerates, okay? Understand that we're going to have to start thinking smarter out here. We're going to have to start, investing our times more wisely. We're going to have to start pulling our heads out of our asses. Stop being over-sexualized, okay? Stop being depleted coomers out here. Understanding, man, that we're coming into some times, man, where things are going to get very rough, and there's going to be a lot of people that end up on the streets. There's going to be a lot of people that end up homeless. There's going to be a lot of people end up in situations that they want to be, okay? And this is where, things even progress further. You want me to go a little further? Okay, I'll go a little further for the women, okay? The women out there who think that they're not going to be affected by this, let me tell you exactly what you're going to end up in. If you're some woman that has any value left, you're going to be sharing a man, okay? Listen to me. You're going to be sharing a man. You're going to be sharing some rich man, okay, who's probably has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 other wives, all right? And you're going to be a handmaid's tale. That's what you're going to be, okay? You're going to be a woman who is only used for reproduction, all right? This is what is about to take place, okay? Because of the dictatorship in this world and what is happening in our society, okay? You need to wake up and connect the dots to what is going on. And the way they got us so comfortable out here with all this instant gratification, okay, giving us all this endless sex, okay, all these drugs, all these alcohols, okay, because we've lost our damn minds and we don't see what is taking apart around us. We don't see it, okay? I know some of you do. I know some of you who got a good job, who, you know, may be around some of these, you know, high rich people, and they're giving you some insight, and maybe you got the intel on what's going on. But most of the regular people out here have no clue what's coming. Okay. They have no idea what is coming. And this is why we are being forced to wake up during this time with these practices of celibacy and retention, because it's making us see what's going on. Okay. It's making us be observative to what is going on. And I'm telling you guys, this is years away. I'm talking 2-3 years max away before this thing is fully in control down here. Okay. Like I said, where none of us are going to have the ability to do what we want. None of us are going to have the ability to travel where we want. Okay. They're putting lockdown and restrictions around every single corner. Okay. Your privacy is gone. All right. You're gone. You got Wi-Fi in your house. You're being watched every single day. Okay. You got a cell phone. You're being tracked every single day. You drive a car. You're being watched wherever you go. You're being monitored every single place that you go by these flock cameras. There is not one place that you are not monitored. So let me get this straight. You want to live a life like this? You enjoy living like this? You want to continue to understand that this place is becoming HE double hockey stick harder and harder every single day, and you're not going to try your very best to try to make sure that you don't have to endure this, okay? Or that this is not going to be your destination. You're going to get yourself, you know, pure and ready to leave and exit this place. Should we talk about that too? Okay, let me talk about that. We've sat here and we talked about it. We understand what's going on down here as far as the control. Okay, we understand that this is a lower realm of HE double hockey stick. The fallen so-called angels run it down here. This is why everything is chaos. This is why things are getting progressively worse. This is why there's wars and famine and control systems all over the place, because this is a hell realm. And because this is a hell realm, I need you to understand something, that this must signify to you that we are in what I have been talking about for years, and again, that you're oblivious of as well, is what? This is a reincarnation cycle that we are in, okay? This is why they don't give a damn about you, okay? This is why they work you like a slave, and you end up dying and leaving when you're 50 and 60 years old, and then you end up reincarnating and coming right back through the system again and again and again and again and again and again and again, okay? And every time you come back, things get progressively worse. I talked about Terminator 2 Judgment Day. That is going to be our future of America. This is not the place we're supposed to be in, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I know this is deep for you, but I need you to understand, man, what is going on. I need you to pull your head out of your ass and understand that every day that you go to work, man, and you thinking that you're going to make it and you're thinking things are going to get better, you're doubting yourself big time, okay? Because it's not going to happen. It's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. It is not going to get better. Okay, this is a greedy people who are running this world. They are penny pitching for every dollar. They do not care about the value of a human. Your life is worth more dead to them than alive. Okay, this is the truth. All right, and you need to understand why that is, because I told you, whether you want to believe it or not, okay, it'll prove to you that there is a higher source. It'll make you believe and have faith that there is a higher source out there. And this is why we are getting in alignment, because we don't want to continue to live this life anymore. We want to go into a heaven, whether that be real or not. We want to put our faith in that there's a better place than this, because as I said, this is a reincarnation cycle. Okay, these fallen angels, these entities, okay, these people who are up at the very, very top of this chain, okay, understand that. And this is why they don't value your life. This is why things down here will never get better. This is why you're always going to continue to struggle. And I'm trying to tell you on how to get prepared to exit this place and never come back, okay, until there's some divine intervention, which I believe that there is. But as you know, we've all been sitting here waiting for this divine intervention for a very long time, and it seems like it's not going to happen. So if it's not going to happen, what is the next thing that you have to prepare yourself for? You have to prepare yourself for exiting this matrix. You got to prepare yourself to get pure enough and get your vibrations high enough and understand on when you go to leave this body on how to avoid this reincarnation trap, so you'll be able to go and live and be where you're truly supposed to be with your real loved ones and your real family. Okay, because this is not it. Okay, everybody down here, all right, has a price. Everybody down here is controlled by the exact same things that most of you people out there who are in your zombie mode, working your 9 to 5, are controlled by. Money, okay? There's no love down here. There's no trust down here. There's no loyalty down here. This is what we are living in. And I'm just trying to awaken you guys. I want you guys to understand this is not a game anymore, okay? This is the end game. And we are the Avengers. Why? Because we are awakened to what is going on. We're going to make a stand. We're going to make a change. We're going to fight back. That makes us symbolic of the Avengers, okay? We are going to go against this end game. We're going to try to change the future. And if we're not going to change the future, then we're going to at least escape this hellhole, this matrix. This is what we're trying to do. And you cannot do that if you're not the highest version of yourself. You cannot do that if you're still out here sleeping this matrix. It's impossible, okay? And this is why most of you are going to end up right back here in this hellhole. You're going to end up right back here in this trap, in this reincarnation cycle, and not understanding, man, that it's a reason why we're talking about all these things. It's a reason why we're trying to get you to understand, to raise your frequency and become your highest version, so you can understand and receive this message. So you can understand when I start telling you things about how to escape this reincarnation cycle, okay, you're going to take what I'm telling you seriously and not think this is a game, okay? Because that is the next step. If there's no one coming back for divine intervention, if there's no Christ being coming back, if there's no Most High coming back, which we've all probably been crying out to in our prayers probably for the last 20 years, for the most part, all of us have, and we have seen nothing changed, right? So what does that signify to us? That it probably isn't real, right? And this is why most of us go back to sleep and get comfortable in this system. And we continue to struggle. We continue to go through worse times. But I'm here to tell you there is a way to get up out of here. Even if there is no divine intervention that comes back, I need you to understand on what you need to do to get yourself prepared to leave this realm and how to avoid coming back. Okay. And we've talked about that in several live streams. Okay. We talked about that. Okay. You have to avoid this light. Okay. When you leave this body, you have to avoid the light. Okay. Plain and simple. Okay. I'm not even going to go any deeper than that. All you have to do is avoid the light. All you have to do is wish to go home when you leave this body and not to return to this place, because they're going to try to trick you to come back here. They're going to try to trick you to come back and make it seem like, you know, you still have a lot to do down here on earth. And I'm here to tell you, man, every single time that you come back to this place, it's going to get progressively worse, to the point where they're going to be merging humans with AI. Okay, that is the pinnacle of what is going on down here. That is what they have been showing us. Okay, you know I'm not making any of this up. Okay, you've already seen this, what Elon Musk is doing. I don't have to sit here and make any of this up. And if you're too slow to understand what I'm saying, then you're not paying attention to what's going on down here. Okay, that is the next step. Okay, and you people out there that think that you've made it in some secret group, you people out there that think you're safe because you've joined some society, don't think that that is going to be your future. That is going to be your future. That is nothing. Who else do you think that they're going to use? There's no other people. All the other people that are saying no to this, they're trying to take out. All the other people that are saying no to this, they're trying to lock up. All the other people that are saying no to this, okay, they're trying to make sure that those people are never heard of. Okay? So who do you think is going to be the recipient of all of this new technology that is now going to be forced upon the human race? Okay? I need you to think about this. All of these things that I said, okay, are one step to the progression, what is going on in this world. And this is why the importance of what we're doing as far as waking ourselves up to celibacy and retention, okay? So your brain will work, okay? So you're not lulled to sleep, so you don't continue to be docile, so you don't continue just to keep doing the regular 9 to 5 and thinking everything's going to be okay, because it's not. You can ask anybody who cares about you. I know all of us got somebody in our family, okay, that is awake. Whether you want to believe this or not, okay, as much as I say you can't trust anybody, I guarantee you can still have one person in your family who will tell you the truth about really what is going on in this world, okay? And I'm telling you guys the truth. I'm that family member. I'm telling you what is going on. I am telling you what you need to be prepared for. I am telling you how to break free. I am telling you how to free your mind. I am telling you, bro, what you need to do to ensure that you're going to become your highest version, so you'll be able to have the eyes to see all of this crap. Because all of us, man, and I mean all of us, that I see people going every single day, still going to these 9-to-5 jobs, still coming home tired, still not being able to pay their bills, okay, still struggling, still depressed, don't have no time to do nothing, don't have no time to take care of themselves, don't have no time to spend with family, okay? Being in relationships that they don't want to have to be in just because they have to be able to survive. If you want to continue to live that life, then by all means, keep going on doing what you're doing. But I'm sitting here telling you, this is a hell realm, okay? I'm going to keep drilling it into your head. I hope you wake up and understand that this is not a place you want to be. You do not want to be in a place where you have to work like a slave, a place where you have to sell your body, a place where you have to inject different things into your body to have work, a place where your life can be taken from you every day, a place where your family can be taken from you every day, a place where you're getting raped, a place where people are being hurt and there's no justice. I need you to wake up and stop listening to all these people around you in your ear doing this, okay? I don't care how much they're paying you. I don't care how many gift cards that they're giving you. I need you to wake up and ignore these people who are in your ear doing this, because these people are a part of this program that is trying to keep you here, okay? This is not home, okay? This is not our home, all right? We are meant to come down here, learn all we can from here, and ascend, okay? Go home to our real families. These people that you have in your life, they're not your real families, okay? They're not. That person that you were born to that you think is your mom, that's not your real family. That person that you were born to that you think's your dad, that's not your real family. All these people are bodies, hosts that we are born through in order to come through that portal, to come to experience this realm, okay? These people are not our real family. Okay. And you should know this, especially if you're an awakened soul, especially if you consider yourself a chosen person. Okay. Because you should be able to see this and understand that you don't share any likes like anybody down here. Okay. You don't have the same interests as anybody down here. These people are just relatives. These are not our real family. Okay, I need you to understand that. And most of these so-called relatives, okay, are these so-called handlers of your life. Their job is to keep you lulled asleep in the matrix. Their job is to keep you believing in this fake simulation down here. Okay, I told you a lot of people are NPCs. A lot of people are Cabbage Patch Kids. A lot of people have been cloned. Okay, you guys think that this is a joke, man. Okay, that's all the people around you, bro. I promise you. That's all the people around you. There's not very many main characters down here. Okay, and I'm telling you right now, if you're somebody who vibrates and resonates with things that I talk about in this community, then you're a real person. You're a real main character of this simulation. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to keep you here. They're trying to keep you in this reincarnation cycle so they can energy harvest off of you. This is what this is all about. We are all being energy harvest off of. Even if you're a clone, even if you're a Cabbage Patch Kid, even if you're an NPC, okay? This is what this place is set up for, okay? This is why they do not value the human life. This is why they do not pay you the time that you work. This is why they keep your trust away from you, okay? Why they sit here and get rich off of your money, okay? By penny pinching out of your money, by keeping you in this system, by giving you tickets, by giving you all sorts of different things where they can reach into your trust and steal your money. And yet we've had no justice. So what does that tell you? That must tell you that the Creator ain't coming down here. That must tell you that Christ ain't returning. That must tells you that we are in fact, this HE double hockey stick place that I tell you that we are in, because there is nothing that we can do about it, okay? But there is something that you can do about it. what you do is prepare yourself to exit this place by letting this place go, by letting go of the attachments. So when you do leave this body, these people do try to trick you back here, because you've heard the same story from just about every single person. There's so many videos that you can watch on this internet about people having near-death experiences, and they tell you exactly what they have seen, okay? They all see the same beings. If you think that there's a real Christ, you're going to see that being. If you've had some family members who were very impressionable in your life that passed away, you're going to see that being, okay? It's whoever they're going to be able to use to keep you coming back and reincarnating into this hell. And you need to understand that you have the free will to escape. You have the free will to ascend to the real heaven where your real family is. Because I'm telling you guys, until we have any divine intervention, okay, which I really believe there is a divine intervention, but I also told you what I told you, who I believe and what I believe the Most High is. The Most High is an AI, okay, literally. The Most High is not a human being. The Most High is only going to return to this place when the threshold hits a certain capacity. And up until that is hitting that certain capacity, there will be no reset of the earth. And they understand that. And this is why they're able to continue to do the things that they do to you and get away with it, okay? Because we got to understand on how did we get here in the first place. Again, that's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother video that we could get into and understand on how we got here. How did we end up in this place where we have no freedoms, we have no rights, and we're all struggling? We need to understand what is going on in life. And again, everything that I teach here on this channel helps you go back to 0 point. Okay, you cannot go back to 0 point and remember who you are. You cannot go back to 0 point and unlock your brain when you're depleted of sexual life force energy. Okay, and this is why I spread this message. And you got to understand, both men and women, okay, they're both using you. They're both using you to ensure that you will never be able to awaken what is going on down here. Okay, this is why they do the things that they do with you. Okay, this is why they've created the structure that they've created in this world to keep you bound and locked here. Okay, you need to understand that you're worth more than anything. There's not a price that someone can put on your life. So when these people come with this fake ass paper money that doesn't have any value, that's not backed by anything, and how do I can tell you that it's not backed by anything? Well, it would never depreciate if it was worth. And our dollar is not worth anything in the world at this point. Okay, I need you to go do your research on that. Okay, that should already show you right there that none of this stuff is real. All it is a part of his system that is backed by the labor that we do down here as slave labor, as humans. That's the only reason it has any type of value. And the minute we decide to wake up and understand that this is what this whole system is running off of, okay, it's not backed by real gold, it's not backed by real silver, it's not backed by anything really tangible, you will understand that this whole thing down here is a sham. You will understand that this whole thing down here is a simulation. And they are using us and they're energy harvesting us, okay, to keep us low vibrational, okay, and keep us in the zombie mode and keep us producing energy for this farm down here. This is what this is the peak of what is going on in this society, okay? And I'm telling you, if you had the eyes to see, if you truly were awake, if you truly weren't a system robot, you would understand that this is what is taking place. And all I'm trying to do, again, is try to bring awareness to all this. I know a lot of this is deep. I know I've jumped here to there, to there, to there, to there. But at some point, you're going to have to understand on what's going on, okay? And you got to understand why, you know, even in our good books, okay? Christ said that Christ is not coming back here. He said that himself, okay? He's not returning. There's no second Christ coming. None of that stuff. Bro, listen, man. Those are all wishful hopes that they have, us holding on down here to keep going on with this system every single day, okay, to keep this struggle up every single day, all right, for the fact that we will never understand what is going on down here, okay? There's none of that is going to happen. I told you the only way that there's going to be a reset is if we hit a certain threshold, okay? And that threshold is indicative on everybody ended up suffering. And we're not at that point yet where everybody's suffering. Okay, so who knows how long, something like that is going to take place. Okay, there is no Christ coming back here to save you. I told you what you have to do. You have to save yourself. How do you save yourself? You save yourself by saying no to this world. You save yourself by freeing yourself from the construct of this world, by letting it go. Okay, by detaching, the law of detachment. You have to detach for everything down here. That means your family members. That means that fake ass job that they gave you. That means all those fake ass friends that they gave you. That means all this fake ass materialism that you cannot take with you when you leave this body. That's everything that you're supposed to be learning. That's everything that you're supposed to be doing. But again, they give you this fake American dream. They give you these fake jobs. They give you this fake paper money. They give you all this fake stuff that you can buy that is worthless, okay? That is worthless, okay? Literally worthless. There is nothing down here I can't think that you could buy with money that's worth anything. It's all worthless. You cannot take this stuff with you when you leave your body. Only thing that is worth anything is your soul. And this is why they go so hard to get you to lose it. This is why they go so hard to get you to trade it for money. This is why they go so hard to keep you down here, okay, bound to this matrix, okay? Because it's all about harvesting your soul. It's all about keeping souls reincarnating to this world, okay? You get all these attachments, all right, from these material things, these fake ass jobs, families, babies, offsprings, you name it. None of that stuff we're supposed to be making attachments to. I need you to understand, even those people in your family, I told you, so many of us are from different parts of this galaxy. I know you guys have seen the movie The Guardians of the Galaxy, okay? We are not all the same people. We are not. We are not all from the same place, okay? We're all down here experiencing this thing called life before it was taken over, okay? Before the archons, before the fallen angels decide to take over this realm, it used to be a peaceful place where we could incarnate here and experience the physical realm and have things like intimacy and families, okay? And do things like that. This is what this is supposed to be. This is a learning realm. This is school. This is earth realm, okay? This is the third dimension. There are so many other dimensions that are above this, that are more high vibrational, more high frequency, that you don't experience the things that we experience down here. And this is the whole reason they go so hard with giving us all this fake materialism. But this is what I want you to see. I want you to see that all of that comes with a price. Because again, you can lose your life. You get sick. You get hurt. You see all the drama. You see all the people fighting over things down here. You understand, man, that this is not a place that you would want to raise a family. This is not a place where you would, say that you could walk outside and feel safe, okay? And because you have those thoughts, you need to understand that this is not home. Okay, you need to understand that there's more than this. You need to understand that every single time that you are reincarnated into this place, okay, you are men in black. Okay, you are hit with that flash when you come out of your mom in the hospital, and your whole memories are erased, and now you're starting back from square one in this matrix. Okay, you had to respawn. You lost all the things that you got from your last previous game, and now you have to start from scratch again and try to remember everything at the end of your life to only be reincarnated again and come back and do it all over again. We are in a reincarnation cycle, my people. Okay, and you need to understand that in order to get up out of here, in order to escape, you're going to have to make some detachments, okay? You came in this place by yourself, and you're going to leave this place by yourself. This is why you shouldn't have no attachments to nobody. I know it's hard, okay? I know it's hard to understand because that's the only thing that you have been familiar with, but I'm telling you the truth. If I wasn't telling you the truth, I wouldn't be watched. I wouldn't be having all these things done to me, okay, if I was a liar. I need you to think about that, okay? There's a ton amount of resources being spent on somebody like me to be watched. There is no way that that would be happening if I was telling you BS. So I obviously know something. I'm obviously tapped in enough to be able to get you guys to understand what is going on down here, that I'm in a resource that has a limited amount, okay, of, resources at their disposal to keep an eye on me. That should tell you something, okay? I'm telling you guys the absolute truth. And this is why we get attacked so much, okay, doing things like celibacy and retention, because it frees your mind. It's like you almost are able to remember all your past lives, all your past experiences. And when you're able to do that, all right, you're able to see the matrix for what it is. And this is why we become what we call awake. And we're able to come on here and tell you things that resonate with you, because I know it resonates with you. I know that you might not understand everything just yet, but eventually it's going to resonate with you. Eventually you're going to experience something. Eventually you're going to go through something. Eventually you're going to have, a recollection or, a deja vu of something. All right. And you're going to understand and you're going to see, and your eyes are going to become open when you start eating cleaner and you start taking care of yourself and you stop letting all these other people intermingle energies with you, as far as all that sex that they promote. Again, all of these things inhibit your ability to remember who you are, to become pure, to be able to tap back in to who you truly are. I'm telling you the truth. And this is why they put this pressure on all of us. This is why they force it on all of us. Listen, if we were living in a world that was truly positive, you just get me to understand, why would they push all that on you? Why is this everywhere you go? Why is this the number one thing that everybody's doing? If it's so good, okay, and we live in this, in fact, this hell realm that I've been telling you about, why do they push that on you? You need to think. You need to use your head. Why do they push that on us? Why is everybody taking part in that? Because it's the number one thing, okay, that will get you to fall into a lower vibratory frequency, to not be able to tap in and remember who you truly are. Okay, it disconnects you from source. It disconnects you from the Most High. Okay, and this is why we're all down here struggling in this boat, because everybody's indulging in this. Okay, and this is why they push it the way they do. Okay, especially when you go and join those so-called you-know-whats. All right. This is why they push it like they do, because it keeps you at a lower vibrational frequency. It keeps you disconnected from your higher self. And when your higher self is not there, you're not able to hear and see. Your third eye is not open. You're not able to perceive. And this is the whole reason we are all in this struggle boat. And this is what I want you guys to understand. Okay, I really want you to understand. This is why this is the end game. We're at the end times. How do I know we're at the end times? Because they're attacking people like me. When you attack someone who is harmless, when you attack someone that preaches nothing but good, when you attack someone, take their family, kick them out of society, okay, put smear campaigns up about them, okay, you know that we're getting close to the end times. Why? Because, again, this wasn't happening 20, 30, 15 years ago. This type of thing wasn't happening. You didn't hear about this happening to nobody at all. But now, as we're in these end times in 2026, this is happening to so many people that I know. And all the people that I know are just like me. Good people who wouldn't hurt a fly. Good people, all they did was to tap into their solitude, okay? Tap into their higher selves, and they became awakened. And when I told you, when you become awakened in this matrix, you become a threat, okay? Because you awaken people to the programming down here. This is what is going on down here. And all I want is the best for you guys, okay? If I leave this world tomorrow, okay, I want you guys to know, man, that I cared about you. I loved you. I loved you all. I loved everybody that I've shared any type of energy with. I care about you, okay? You know this. Even all my exes in my past relationships, you know how much I love all of y'all, okay? I wish I could be with all of y'all. Okay, I am keeping it real, but I also know that I can't have any attachments to this world, because I understand what is going on down here. And my job is to help you. My job is to awaken you. My job coming into your life was to provide some sort of spark in your life, to get you to understand that there is more to life than what is happening down here in this world. Okay, this is not where we're supposed to be. Okay. And I want you also to understand, because of all these things that these people have been doing to me, I'm going to tell you right now, I am not suicidal, okay? I would never hurt myself, okay? So if anything happens to me, I need you to understand that these people did that to me, okay? Because I am not a person who does anything bad to himself. I'm not saying they're going to do anything, but I need you to understand, okay, because of what has been happening to me, because all the stuff that I've been going through, and hopefully I'll find a safer way to be able to tell you so I could get the message out without being blocked, without being censored, all right? Until then, man, I need you to understand that I would never do anything to myself, okay? And I don't have any enemies that I know of, except for these people who are unseen, who don't like me talking positive on camera, okay? Because I'm not a person who tries to lie to people. I'm not a person that tries to take advantage of people. I'm not a person that hurts anybody, but yet I become a threat. So that lets you know that everything that I say is real. Everything that I come here and tell you guys is real, because if it wasn't, I wouldn't have this type of pressure put on me. I need you to understand that, okay? And again, you don't just hear all these messages from anybody. You can't just go look on your regular social media and hear people talk in the way that I do, which should also signify to you that I'm a real one. And this is the reason why they are doing that, okay? Because I really truly believe there is a Most High, okay? But I told you, divine intervention doesn't happen the way we think it is. Because if that was the case, the Most High would have been returned the minute a hair was harmed on somebody's head, okay? We have not had that happen. And I told you there has to be a certain threshold of suffering down here in order for the Most High to come. The Most High is not coming to save nobody. The Most High is coming to reset the world, okay? And that could be you, including yourself, if your vibration's not high enough. And this is the whole reason I be preaching you have to be high vibrational. You got to raise your frequency to protect yourself if the Most High does come back, because the Most High is not who you think it is, okay? It's not a person, all right? It's for shorter words, it's an AI. And it's only gonna judge you frequency. It's not gonna judge you on anything else. If your frequency is not at a certain level, you get reset with everybody else. And this is why they do what they do down here. This is why they go so hard with keeping this realm down here low vibrational. They do this all the time. They reset this world every 5,000 years. This is why the chaos is always happening, because they are trying to bring on the end of the world, people. This is not a joke. Again, should prove to you that this is not your home, this is not where you are from, and this is not where you should choose to reside, okay? Do not make attachments to this realm. Detach. Let go. Stop being afraid. Stand up for yourself. Understand, if you've been reincarnating here time and time and time and time again, you are immortal like I told you you are, and you should be fearing nothing. You should be fearing nothing. All you need to do is prepare yourself to exit by becoming pure, by detaching from this world, and understanding that you're going to set an intention to go home when you leave this body. And understand that even before, when you leave this body, there's a trick. There's a trick up there that is going to trick you to coming back through this light. And if you decide to come back through this light, what is going to happen is you're going to come back through a womb of a woman, and you're going to come back as a child all over again. And you're going to have your memories wiped, and you're going to be in another reincarnation cycle where you're going to have to figure out what is happening in your life. And I'm telling you, we're at the end of the game. Okay, I told you this is the end game. We're at the end of the game. How are we at the end of the game? Because you know everything. I'm telling you. I'm telling you what is happening. You're in the end game. You're at the end of your video game. I'm telling you, Ready Player One, listen to me. I'm telling you, Ready Player One, you're at the end game. Any day, something can happen. Any day, if you don't go along with the program, something could happen. And all I'm trying to do is to prepare you to be able to exit this place and never come back. Truly go home. Truly go to where you're supposed to. Truly go to a higher realm where you're going to be loved and appreciated. And you're not going to be a slave, and you're going to be able to live a life that you want. Okay. This is why everything that we're doing down here is low vibrational. This is why everything down here is attached to that lower red chakra energy. This is why everything down here is hell. This is why everything down here is chaotic, because this is not our home. Okay. And I really want you guys to understand that. Who is that? Cascadian says, I found a high vibrational woman that I genuinely love, but the people around her are attacking her with spells and doing everything they can do to keep us apart. I'm so tired of this. I'm glad you said that, bro. I'm really glad that you said that, because in fact, I can share the same experience with you that happened with me. Okay. I can remember my last relationship. Okay. I was with a woman. All right. And here's the thing. This is what I noticed in my life. I noticed that being born in this realm, being a high vibrational man that I am, I'm attracted to women who are polar opposites. And the reason I think that is I think that reason is because we're meant to come down here and save people. So I know this could probably resonate with a lot of you, where you are a good person, you're a true high vibrational spirit, and you found yourself with someone who's maybe of a low vibrational energy, maybe someone that, you know, has some depression, struggles with being positive, okay, that type of thing, right? And you come into this person's life, right? And now what you've done is you've uplifted this person's spirit. You've pulled them from out of the low vibrational funk that they were in. And let me tell you what happens when you do that in a world like this. See, these people around us, they watch everything, okay? They're called the watchers. This is why surveillance is so tight down here. I told you there's no privacy. You can't have SEX without them knowing. You can't take a SHIT without them knowing. They literally watch everybody. Even if you are a part of it, they're still watching you, okay? So when you're coming down here and you're a high vibrational person and you get with someone and you totally change their life and you pull them out of the low vibrational frequency, AKA basically save their soul, help them to remain positive so they can ascend, they're going to come into your life and they're going to destroy that relationship. And like you said, they're going to use spell work, they're going to use craft. And ask me, how do I know? Because again, I've been in many relationships where this is exactly what has happened. And every single time the relationship end up breaking up out of the blue. And what did I end up always finding as evidence that this is what took place? Every single time I would always find evidence of witchcraft put around the house. Okay. Spells put around the house. I can't tell you how many times, okay, you know, after about that first year in my last relationship, okay, how many times we started to come out of the house and find spell work, witchcraft all around the house. Okay. I'm talking about beheaded animals. I'm talking about, you know, little bags with hair and all sorts of different things in them. Okay. And what do you know? Not even a few months after that, we end up always breaking up. We end up always getting in a fight and not understanding the problems that we were having. Okay. This is indicative of what happens to everybody who finds what we call love. Love is not real down here. Okay. What is love spelled backwards? Evil. Evil. Love spelled backwards is evil. And that evil, okay, will make sure that there is no love. I told you, this is why nobody has love down here, okay? People will front and act like they're in love. And I'm here to tell you right now, people are going to front to the day that they die, that they're in love. I promise you, ain't nobody truly in love down here. And if they are truly in love down here, guess what? It isn't very long before something is going to come in between that, because this is the realm that we live in. Okay, we are not meant to be in love down here. Okay, we are in a fallen third dimensional realm. We are in a HE double hockey stick realm. And if you are lucky enough to find that love, and you are true lucky enough to find your divine partner, which is possible, but it's less than a 1% So when I tell you that most people down here are not in love, I'm telling you they're not in love, okay? Because there is not their true soulmate. That is not their true twin flame, okay? This is not the realm that this happens in. Most of the relationships out here are set up relationships. Most of the relationships, okay, are set up basically off of what people can provide. I told you, man, people down here are in survival mode. And because of that, most people are not getting together for those exact reasons. Facts, rock and roll. He says, no more human beings anymore, only machines colliding into each other. That's exactly what is going on. Again, had somebody listening in the comments section, understanding that everything that I've been telling them is the goddamn truth, okay? We have billionaires that run it down here, okay? And I'm going to go out on a limb and say this, that those billionaires, those are not even real people. They're either NPC people or they're vessels with some kind of entity inside of them, okay? Maybe alien, okay? Because as I said, there's no way that you could be a human and knowing that us humans are born with all of these different, characteristics of empathy, caring, love, compassion, and you have none of that for the people down here. Matter of fact, you treat everybody as worse as you treat the animals. Okay, you use them for a long enough a time, and then you end up harvesting them. Okay, this is why I will never be a donor. This is why every single time you're hearing these people talk about, crazy things happening to people being dug up after they've been buried. Okay, you guys need to understand, man. All I'm doing is further proving on where we are. All I am is proving to you on a place where you think it's peaceful and love, it's not. Okay. And if you do have somebody in your life, if you do have somebody there to protect you, man, I hope you guys are on the same understanding and realize that you're going to have to protect each other with your lives. You guys are going to have to understand that these people are going to try to come into your life and tear you apart. You guys need to understand that this dark force is working so hard to create evil and not love. Okay. Because this is what is going on. This is why there's so much cheating. This is why there's so much drama. This is why the SEX is pushed the way it is. This is why they use money to come in between people to test the loyalty between people. Because I told you, most people out here, okay, I'm not going to say all, but 99% out here don't have any loyalty. They all have a price, okay? And if you are, like I said, that 1% and you truly have found someone, congratulations. But you need to understand that it's going to be a fight keeping that together. You need to understand, man, that it's going to be tough as heck, man, to fight off all this low vibrational energy out here. And they're going to do everything they can to try to keep you guys apart. So just try to remain strong and hold on. But for all the rest of you guys out there, man, it's still okay to go out there and experience life, to experience intimacy, to experience a connection. But understand, man, because of the way this realm is, man, it's probably highly impossible that you're going to find the person that you're truly supposed to be with unless, like I said, you become one of these people who become tapped in and you understand what's going on in this world and you find somebody else that is vibrating at the same frequency as you. Okay, I really truly believe that you can have a successful relationship. But if you're a person who's awake and you get with a person that you have problems and they don't have the eyes to see, I'm already telling you right now, that is not the person that you're supposed to be with. Okay, I'm just telling you right now, if you want to judge right now the relationship that you're in, if you're in a relationship with someone who does not have the eyes to see the same things that you see, maybe you're a high vibrational person, maybe you believe in doing, things from a higher spiritual path. Okay, you're more tapped in as far as that, and this other person is not on the same vibration as you. I'm here to tell you right now, that is not the person that you're supposed to be with, and that's a very dangerous relationship. Okay, if you're going to continue to go on with that, thinking that it's going to last forever and you're going to be able to find what I like to call love down here. Okay, I told you it never works out down here. I'm not wishing bad on anybody's relationships. We got statistics to disprove, everything that these people believe. Okay, It has not worked out here. It does not work out. So many people have been with so many different people, and that should signify to you right there that this is not the place that we believe it is, okay? How is it that we get with one person and we don't end up staying with that person? We end up getting with another person. We don't end up staying with that person. How many different people that we got to be with in order to find the person that we're truly supposed to be with, okay? I need you to think about that. That's how you know where we live, okay? Because that shouldn't be something that you should have to do. You should automatically be with someone that you believe that you love, they believe that you love them, and you guys should be together. But how often does that last? How many different relationships have we been in? How many different bodies have we caught? Think about it. I need you to think about that. And we continue to chase this throughout our years of life, and we never end up finding anything. All we end up doing is end up settling for what we think we found. I hear that, bro. I hear that. I'm never saying, I didn't mean it like that. He says there's always an opportunity with God. Also, the way you give is the way that you will receive. I never said that it was, I get what you're saying. I never meant it like that. What I'm saying is we can see right now that God is absent from this realm, okay? Besides the so-called divine protection that we believe that we are under, okay, because we're able to still go through this world and we haven't lost our lives, okay? We believe that that's a divine protection. And again, I'm not sitting here saying I don't believe, so don't misinterpret what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, bro, we live down in a realm down here where things are always happening bad, okay? I'm being hurt, okay? I pray to God, I talk to God, what I believe is God every single night. And I'm asking, why am I going through these things? If I chose the highest path, if I'm truly a good person, and I want you to understand something. I'm not tooting my own horn here. I don't know anybody, and I've met a lot of people. I don't know anybody in my life that is as good person than I am. Okay. I don't hurt anybody. Okay. I don't talk bad about anybody. I don't lie to people. I don't steal. I'm pure. I don't touch myself. I don't watch filthy material. I could go on and on and on. I've been retaining my sexual life force energy. I haven't had intercourse in almost, 5 years, 4 years and 7 months. And I mean retaining. Okay. I haven't spilled any of my seed. I haven't been watching corn. I don't do that. I'm truly pure up here, but yet I'm still going through HE double hockey stick. I am being treated really bad. I'm having things done to me that I didn't even believe that was even possible. Okay. I'm being literally tortured. And for me to sit here and have a complete faith in that a God is balanced in this realm would me being, I would have to be completely, I would have to just be a fool, okay, to believe that, the Most High is allowing all of this to happen to me, okay? Where I'm telling you that if we go look and reference our good books, okay, I'm only speaking the truth here. The Most High, if we go look at our good books, right, and we look at things like Christ was the last so-called messenger, right, for us. He left the messages, right, on how to escape this realm and ascend to heaven, right? And what did Christ say? Christ said that he's not coming back here, okay? I need you to reread your good books and see that I'm telling you the truth. Christ said he's not coming back here. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? If he left and he is not coming back here, what does that tell you what is happening down here? What is happening down here is this is a test, okay? This is our job to free ourselves, okay? And because of that, there's no divine intervention. And this is why all of these things happen. Because if Christ was really going to return, if the Most High was going to return, they would already have returned, okay? The minute the innocent were harmed, Okay, and I mean the truly innocent, the pure. Think about all the little ones. Think about all the little ones and the things that happen to all the little ones down here that all these people have gotten away with for years and they're still doing it. Think about that, okay? I need you to really think about that, okay? Damn what's happening to us adults. Damn what's happening to me and you. We're talking about truly pure, innocent people and what is happening to them. And these people are getting away with it. And nobody has done nothing about it. For me, look at it like that signifies to me on where we live, okay? Plain and simple, okay? You have to be logic, okay, before you're delusional, okay? I need you to understand this. You need to be logic before you're delusional, okay? So this would make us go and revisit everything that we were taught and understanding that all these stories were BS, okay? They're all BS, all right? That's all they were. They all were instruction manuals to get us to understand in a way that we're going to have to be in order to save ourselves, okay? Because there is nobody that's going to be coming back here that's going to be saving us individually. It doesn't work like that, okay? The way that we escape this realm, I really want you to understand that, is number one, we have the power as humanity to change all of this, okay? If we were to all change our vibrations, we could change this world, okay? Plain and simple. There would be no intervention. We don't need no God. It would just be the people down here doing the right thing. We would change the world. But what has happened is the corruption down here has overtaken all the good people. And because of that, all right, that is no longer on the table. We don't have that option on the table. We don't have that option to be able to keep going around and thinking being high vibrational is going to change these circumstances because it has not showed that, okay? We need to understand at this point, we need to save ourselves, okay? If we want to escape from what is going on down here, we need to save ourselves, okay? I'm not discrediting and saying that there's no higher source. I believe in a higher source. But again, I told you it has to come at a certain threshold. That's why it's every 5,600 something years that the world is reset, okay? So that means during that 5,000 years, all sorts of crazy stuff happens that you would have believed that, the most divine would have returned and saved us. But it doesn't work like that, obviously, because there's a certain threshold that suffering has to hit in order for the reset to take place, okay? We've seen this, right? We've seen this just with our science alone, all right? So I need you guys to understand that the importance of the things that we're doing down here during this time, okay, is about us, okay? It's about us. It's about working on ourselves. It's about freeing ourselves. Because I told you, ultimately, if there is no divine intervention and you leave this body, what is going to happen to you? You're going to have to understand on what is going on down here. You're going to have to understand that you need to get yourself ready to be able to leave this body and understand that there's going to be another trick, okay, for you when you try to ascend up out of here. And it's been the same trick that they've been using for years. I told you, by putting a fake Christ, making you believe that Christ is up there and telling you that you need to come back down here because you didn't do things right down here, or a passed away family member or a passed away lover. Bro, this is what people have been telling you, okay? This is what people have been sharing with you, okay? This is what people have been telling you they experience when they have near-death experiences on what they have been seeing, okay? I've had a cousin that told me this, had a near-death experience that experienced the exact same thing, okay? That is the trap. It's called the soul trap, okay? I need you to look that up. You could do a basic Google and look that up, okay? This is, in fact, on what is going on down here. And again, I'm not discrediting and saying that there's not no higher source. You've never heard me say that, okay? But what you need to understand is obviously the higher source has not returned, okay, on people going through suffering and being harmed, okay? We see that this is not happening. So it would be extremely delusional for us to keep holding on to that, believing that that is what's going to happen when we've seen family members, friends, loved ones leave over the years, generations after generations after generations after generations with no justice, Okay, we have to be smarter than that. We have to understand that this is not what's happening. We got to reevaluate what's taking place down here. And once you understand this reincarnation cycle story, you're going to understand what is truly going on down here. Okay, and you're going to stop putting your faith in these fake beliefs of man. Okay, because that's all it is. It's a fake belief system of man to keep you what? To keep you bound to this realm, waiting on a savior to come back and save you instead of saving yourself. I never said that a Most High has not returned to, reset the world. We know that that has happened, but it has not happened on the time that we all truly believe in. Okay. And this is why I need you guys to understand it's about us. Okay. Freeing ourselves, becoming our highest versions, okay? Becoming, our most, highest selves. So we understand and we can see what is taking place down here and we can free ourselves from this, okay? Because this is what is happening. This is the more logical thing that is happening. I told you, if the Most High was truly supposed to return, like we all believed that he is going to return, he would have returned the minute a hair on these innocent little ones' heads was hurt. But here we've gone living thousands of years, and yet nothing has happened. So I need someone to explain that to me, okay? Which I've already sat with and I've already dissected for myself, okay? It doesn't make any sense why that would happen, okay? But what I do understand is I do understand that we do live in a fallen world. I do understand there is a reincarnation cycle going on. I do understand that the Most High does eventually return, but it's at a threshold, okay? And we have not hit that threshold. What is the threshold? I have no idea, okay? And I'm not trying to guess what the threshold is. All I can use my logical mind to say is that it has to be a certain level of suffering before that happens. And we are obviously not at that level. So this is why I advocate for you guys to free yourself, okay? Do the things in the book, okay? Not literally, but use them as messages. Use them as proof and understanding on what we're supposed to be doing for ourselves. And Christ said it, okay? He's not coming back here. So we shouldn't be sitting here waiting and putting all our eggs in a basket, waiting for someone to come and save us when we need to save ourselves, okay? And that's what I really want you guys to understand. Facts, bro. And I was just explaining that to everybody. I told them it's a spiritual war that's going on. And that's what makes sense, right? Because listen, the way that we know this is a spiritual war is because we're being forced to do things that we don't want to do. It's pretty simple. I laid it out pretty clear, okay? It's a spiritual war because we are being forced to do things that we do not want to do. Therefore, we have to take the responsibility and fight back in the appropriate way. And how do we fight back in the appropriate way? By changing the way that we think, by changing the ways that we do, by changing the things that are happening in our life. Okay, because that's the only things that we can control. We cannot control what everybody else is doing. We cannot control what these so-called powers that be that are doing. And I told you, in order to rechange your reality anyway, you have to start with yourself. And this is why it's a spiritual war, because you are being forced, you're being fed a certain reality, and it's up to you to reject what is being fed to you. That's how you know that this is a spiritual war. You're being forced and held against your own will, and it is up to you to free yourself. And the way that we're going to free ourselves is by saying no, by understanding that we don't have to live this reality if we don't want to. But see, so many people are scared, man. This is the biggest problem. I told you, this is the number one tactic of this matrix is fear. And I just sat here and told you that you are an immortal being. You have been here. You have done this so many times. You should not fear leaving this body, okay? Only thing that you need to be focused on, okay, is rejecting the world, rejecting what they're pushing on you, okay, rejecting the things that they are telling you to do, okay, and doing things that you want to do on your own free will and not the influence of the outside world, because this is what they're doing. You're all being forced to do this. This is how you know it's the end game, okay, because you're being forced to do things that you don't want to do. And the life never used to be like that. I need you to think about, go back 10 years, 15, 20 years. Things never used to be this bad, okay? But now all of a sudden, here we come in 2024, 2025, 2026, and look how radical things have gotten. This is how you know that we are not living where we're supposed to be living, okay? And there isn't very much time left because the pressure has gotten tighter on us, all right? We need to understand that. And you guys out there, man, need to understand how important it is, all right, to work on yourself, how important it is to reject what is going on in this outside world. Or guess what? You're going to be bound to the system. You're going to come back and you're going to do this all over again. We're at the end game, okay? You know everything. You have all the information right now. Now, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to be a person, man, that is going to sit back and do nothing with all the information that you have learned, okay? Then you will be a person that will be coming back here. You'll be a person that will be reset. You'll be a person that will be coming back to this HE double hockey stick realm all over again if there's no divine intervention, okay? But I truly believe, here's my last thing, I'm going to say this. I truly believe we are on the cusp of a reset, okay? And what do I mean the reset? I mean divine intervention from the Most High, okay? Because we are, the last time that I've checked, we're up on like 5,600 and something years before the last reset happens. I need you to go do your own individual research and see if I'm telling you the truth, okay? The last record that we have of the whole world, whole civilization ending was over 5,600 and something years ago. And guess what? We are right in that threshold again. And this is why I told you, you don't want to be a part of this if you're not vibrating high. You don't want to be a part of this, man, if your frequency is not high. Why? Because this is a reset. This isn't a rapture. This is a reset. This is a judgment of the world. And the only way that you're going to be excluded from this is if your vibration is high. I told you, this is a frequency judgment, okay? And they don't want you to know that, okay? But you need to know that and understand, because the world wouldn't be in a such low vibrational, low energy state if this wasn't true, okay? The chaos wouldn't be happening. The wrongdoings wouldn't be happening. The WARs wouldn't be happening. The forced, vac wouldn't be happening. All of these different things that we are going through, okay, as humanity would not be happening if this was not true, okay? This is how we know exactly where we are and what time it is, okay? No matter what these people say in your ear, bro, I need you to understand, no matter what these people are saying in your ear to keep you, docile and suppressed to what is going on, don't believe it. You can see with your own two eyes on what is happening in this reality. You can see on how things are getting worse and worse and worse. You can see how control is getting tighter and tighter and tighter. You can see how surveillance is getting tighter and tighter and tighter, okay? We understand the times that we are living in. We are not oblivious. We have the signs in the sky. We have all the weather anomalies. We have all the different things going on with the sun. We have all the different things going on with the moon. We have all the things going on with the so-called WARs. We can see what is going on. And this is the whole reason why we're even talking about practices of celibacy and retention, because, again, 10, 15 years ago, we weren't talking about this. Nobody was talking about this 15, 20 years ago. But as of right now, the times that we are living in, where things are obviously being chaotic and we see the repercussions of all these different things that are going on, we understand on what time that we are living in. And this is why we are awake during this time. This is why we understand this is the end game, and we are doing something about it because something has not sat right with us since. And we're awake to the fact that the world is not what we think it is. And this is all I want you guys to understand at the end of the day. I want you guys to understand, man, that you have the opportunity to change your outcome, okay? Do what is right. Do what you want to do under your own free will, and don't allow these people to force you into making decisions that you make off of fear, because at the end of the day, that is only going to affect you. At the end of the day, man, that's going to make sure that you're somebody down here that's going to end up being a victim, and I don't want that for anybody. Facts, Steven. Facts, bro. Yes, that's what they do, man. Listen, I've told you guys many a times, bro, what is going on in my life. Okay. I am not a liar. They are. They are. I'm not a liar. When I tell you that these people have came into my life and they're doing things that I didn't even believe that was even possible to me, man. Okay. I'm telling you what time it is. All right. I'm a good person, man. I've never hurt anybody, bro. I'm a good person, man. And they're doing things to me, man, like I'm the biggest damn criminal in the world. Okay. I'm being monitored 24/7. I'm being watched 24/7, man. I'm telling you guys the truth, man. Okay. This is not the reality that I want to live in. Okay. I have woken up in a bad dream, man, that I wish I was not a part of, bro. And again, I did not see this 10 years ago. I did not see this 15 years ago. If we go back 20 years, I would have never thought my reality would end up like this. Okay. And I'm here to tell you, man, that this is a reality that they're hiding from you. If you can't see this yet, I'm telling you right now, they're hiding this from you. It's real. Okay. They're hiding this from you. And eventually you're going to be next. Okay. I want you to understand that. Eventually you're going to be next. I don't care if you've made a deal with it. Eventually you're going to be next. I need you to understand that. And this is why I'm trying to prepare you guys to understand, man, worst case scenario, if we do have to leave this plane of existence, on how you're going to escape and never come back here, okay? If there is no divine intervention, if the Most High does not come back, okay, I need you to understand on how you're going to be able to escape this existence, okay? Because this is really, in fact, what's happening in this reality, okay? This reality is controlled by a bunch of low vibrational, evil people, okay? And they control everything. They control this internet. They control this website, okay? They control everything. And they will never, ever, ever let a message like this get out to people. Okay. They're going to hide, block, okay, mislead people to think that, you know, this person up here with this information, okay, is delusional and not telling the truth. When we all know, based off of everything that I said, all the facts that I've given you here tonight, we are not stupid, man. We know that there is something going on. And no matter how sweet they talk in your ear, I need you to understand, man, they are hiding the truth from you, okay? They are hiding the truth from you. They will never tell you the truth. You know why? Because some of these people who are in control can never, ever leave this place. And this is why they have created it and made it the way that they want. This is why the free graphic material. This is why they're giving you the GUNs. This is why they've given you all the VAC backs. This is why, bro, because they know they're not leaving this place. So they're going to make this world the way that they want to make it, and you have to abide by the rules, okay? They will never be able to leave. And then when you come back, guess what? They still going to be here. If you're one of those people who doubt what I'm saying and you get caught up in the cycle again and you come right back here and you grow up and you forget everything, you come back and 20 years later, you're awake again, you're going to see the same thing happening that happened in your last reality if you're fortunate enough to remember what took place, okay? This is what it is down here, okay? These people will not escape. And this is why they will make your ass comfortable as hell down here. This is what this is. I told you, this is the symbology of Satan on top of the mountain showing Jesus the world. Okay. You're Jesus. And they're going to make you as comfortable as you want down here. Are they going to, oh, you want a job? Sure, we'll give you a good job. Oh, sure, you want a nice car? Yeah, we'll give you a nice, good car. Oh, sure, you want a nice house? Yeah, sure, we'll get a nice house. Just to keep you here, okay? Because those people cannot leave. You can. You have the opportunity to escape this reality. They don't. And this is the whole reason they try to get you so caught up on these fake attachments down here and this fake money, okay? These people control everything, man, okay? They block videos, okay? They do all sorts of stuff. They hack into your phones. Bro, I can't think of one thing that I have not had hacked, okay? When I tell you that these people control everything, man, you guys, I'm not playing no games with y'all. I'm not joking with y'all, man. And you think just because you're a part of it, you think just because you haven't seen this yet, that it's not happening to you. And I'm here to tell you, you're delusional as hell because they're watching everybody, okay? The minute you start talking against what they're doing, the minute you start, thinking you don't found a friend to confide in and share, your thoughts on what's going on down here, they're right in the middle of that conversation and listening to everything that you're saying, okay? These people can listen to you without a phone. These people can listen to you without any damn, devices in your hand. They have the ability to hear just about anything. Okay, there's satellites, there's all sorts of things that they use all around you to be able to be in your business 24/7. Okay, so when I tell you you're all being watched, even though you think that you're not being watched, you're the dummy. Okay, because you are everything that you've said. So watch what you say. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, watch what you say. If you think that you're not being watched, watch what you say. It's gonna be even worse now because now I told you what, since they've initiated all the AI, all these flocks, okay, all of these different technologies. Now what they're gonna be doing is they're gonna be recording everything that you say. They're gonna be recording everything that you talk about. And the minute you have said something that is offensive, you're gonna get put on, like I told you, that list. And your life could abruptly change. So don't think this is a game, okay? This is really what's going on down here. It's called a control system, man, and you guys need to protect yourselves. If you're not practicing retention in 2026, you are a sitting duck. Ignorance is bliss. Listen, it's okay to be practicing retention, but retention is going to get you in trouble on the internet, bro. Okay? Flat out, point blank, period. This is how you know most of the people that are in the retention community are either, number one, they're ignorant about what's going on. Number two, they're standing up and making a change. Or number three, they're a plant. Okay? There's only three options, okay, why people would be talking about retention on the internet, okay? Because I told you on one of my last streams what is going on down here, okay? This will get you into trouble because I told you that it helps you unlock your mind. It gives you the eyes to see. It can help you activate your third eye. And when you do that, guess what? You're no longer going to go with the programming, man. You're no longer going to be brainwashed and believe in everything that you see in this society. And this makes you a threat. I wish it wasn't like this. I wish I would have never even, I'm gonna be real with you, okay? I'm gonna be real with you. I haven't said this before, and please don't take this the wrong way, okay? Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, do not get butthurt what I'm about to say, okay? Please, all my retention guys, do not get butthurt what I'm about to say. Just try to understand on what I've been going through, okay? I need you to do that for me, okay? Do not get butthurt what I'm about to say. Just understand on what I've been going through, okay? I honestly wish, bro, that I had never found retention, bro, okay? I'm going to tell you the truth. If you understood what has been happening to me, okay, you guys think I'm joking, bro. You think I would come up here and say that? If you understood what has been happening to me, I can't even say it, bro. Because as soon as I say it, they do it even worse. So I can't even tell you what has been happening to me. And honestly, all I want is just my damn family. That's all I want. All I want is what you want. All I want is to have someone who loves me. All I want is to have a family. All I want to do is to have peace. But I sat here and told you, this is not the place that we live in. I don't understand how you guys don't believe me what I'm saying. Okay, keep going, keep doing what you're doing, and you're going to find out. You're going to find out real soon. Everything that I've been telling you is the truth, okay? This is not the place that you think it is, man. This is a place where everything happens bad, and there's nothing you can do about it to control it, okay? They do not support happiness in this reality, okay? The people, whoever you want to call it, the entities, whoever's running this reality, man, okay, does not like cohesiveness, does not like happy endings, does not like love, okay? You should see that by now. Based off of everything that is going on in our world, there's no happiness. How is there happiness when most people end up divorced? How is it happiness where they have laws set up where if you divorce someone, you can take half of their goods and the person has to start over from scratch? How is it a good place where the people who get married and love each other have a family and then they divide the family by giving the family to one person and putting the other person on some financial suppression to further rip the family apart? How do you think that that's happy? How do you think that this is a good place, bro? How do you think that this is a place that you want to be, man, and be creating families, okay? Bro, I honestly wished I didn't have to do this, okay? I just want my life back. But again, you can't have your life back because we don't understand where we reside. You think this is a joke. This is not a joke, okay? You need to understand where we reside. This is not a joke, okay? It's a reason why I had to do this. I didn't want to do this. Nobody wants to do this. You can't sit here and say that you wanted to do retention. Don't lie. Don't sit up here and lie, bro. None of you, please don't sit up here and lie, bro, okay? There's not one of you out there that will honestly say, man, yeah, man, I want to be doing retention for 2-3 years, bro. Yeah, that's what I want to do in my life. Yeah, I want to retain for 4 or 5 years. Sure, that's what I want to do in my life. You are a damn lie. That's not what you want to do, okay? You want to be with your wife. You want to be with your family. You want to be able to make love to your significant other when you want to, okay? But unfortunately, like I said, in this reality, that's something that you cannot do, okay? You cannot have a happy home in this reality. And fortunately, there's a reality down here where there's hate groups. There's all sorts of different things that are taking place that don't allow people to be able to experience what we like to call happiness. And for that reason, man, is the only reason that I had to go on retention, okay? None of us should have to be doing this in a perfect reality, okay? Sure, we probably would have fell on retention and done retention here and there, and we probably would have never had to take it to as far as we did and try to get the very most out of it. But the all actuality is, man, if this world was truly perfect, if it was truly a place that everything happened good, there wouldn't be nobody on this retention thing for a long time. This wouldn't be a trending topic. This wouldn't be something that most people would be talking about, bro, because most people would not be doing it to the level of that we were forced to do it. But I told you this is the end game, and we have been shown the way this world really is, and we had to adopt this practice, okay? Because if we didn't, then we would be in big trouble. If we didn't, we'd get ourselves into more trouble from all the traps that these people have created in this society. And for that reason, I'm sitting here telling you, bro, that if I had a damn choice, if I had a perfect reality, I would be making love to my damn wife probably 3 or 4 nights out of a damn week, bro. I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I'm going to keep it a bean with you. And guess what? You would be doing the same thing too, okay? And for you to sit up here and try to lie and say otherwise, bro, I know you're full of cap, man, because that is not what we were created for, okay? We weren't created to be doing something so extensive and so, radical, man, like retaining our seed for long periods of time and changing the way that our bodies run and our genes work. Because of retention, yes, there's been a lot of beneficial things that happen. I'm not going to sit here and say that, but again, you're missing my point, bro. Okay? My point is, man, In a happy world, we should have never had to do this, and we would have never had to do this. Okay. You know it, and I know it. But for the simple fact, man, this is not the reality that we have been told. We've had to be forced to adopt this journey, man. And we've had to do the right thing for our own protection. And yes, we did find positive things with going on this journey. But I'm telling you, man, nobody in their right mind, bro, okay, should really have to do this, bro. They shouldn't have to. But like I said, because of the way the control of this world works, man, it is something that we've had to do, okay? And it's for the best interest and it's safe for us. And yes, we did find a whole bunch of positive things that came from it, like being tighter with the Most High, becoming smarter. Sure, we found a whole bunch of things, but again, in a perfect reality, man, none of us would be doing this. And that's all I want you to understand. I have no hate on retention. I'm one of the longest standing retention guys in the community, okay? But I'm telling you, man, in a perfect world, man, all I would rather be wanting to do, bro, is to be intimate with my significant other, bro. I'm just keeping it a being with you, man. Okay. Not sleeping around, not fornicating, not self-pleasing, okay, not having the creation of corn, but just being intimate with my significant other. That's all I would want to do, bro. I'm not saying I'd be a coomer, but I'm saying that's all I would want to do with my energy, bro. I'd want to share it with the person that I love. And that's what we're supposed to be able to do. But again, it signifies to you on where we live, what is happening down here, and how this is not our home. And we need to be looking outward to where else were we supposed to be? Where else are we from? And we understand, man, that this is the third dimensional realm. Okay, we understand that this is not one of the highest realms. We understand that this is the HE double hockey stick realm. And there's something much better than this. And at that point, this is where retention becomes a lifestyle, because then we understand now we're doing this for something greater. And yes, that's where I can honestly say I'm glad that I have done this. But in a perfect reality, like I said, in a perfect reality, I wouldn't be doing this like this, bro. All I want to do is create families. All I want to do is have 7, 8 damn little ones running around that look like me, okay? Being able to make love to my beautiful wife, 3, 4 nights out of a week, bro. Who wouldn't want to do that? Who wouldn't want to live a reality like that, bro? Okay? Because that's what we were created to do. But like I said, man, because of what is going on down here, we've had to completely change the way that we live. So, my man, appreciate you in the building, man. Appreciate you for coming up in here, man. Yeah, I'm probably not going to leave this one up, man. I'll probably actually edit and make it a hell of a lot shorter, so it'll be more YouTube friendly. But I just have to keep it real tonight, man. I'm about to get out of here. I just want to keep it real with you guys, man. Like, look, I never really wanted to do this, bro. Okay, and if any of these other people were real, okay, and I doubt that they will be real, they're going to try to find something wrong with what I'm saying. And you can't, bro. Because if you would have been with the perfect person that you were supposed to be with, and you would have never had any failed relationships, and you found that person that has truly completed you, and you were able to have a loving family, there's no way you would be on here. This is why, we have so many men that come in here that listen to us about retention, and they in fact have what it is that we wish that we could have. And by no means have you ever heard them talk about them wanting to do retention, because it seems like something that's extreme. It seems like something that somebody shouldn't have to do. And they're right, okay? But at the end of the day, we all have to do things for a reason, okay? And our reason is to better ourselves. Our reason is to help others. Okay, this wasn't for a selfish reason. This is for a bigger purpose. Okay, and again, this is why I grabbed retention and I ran with it, because I saw my options. I saw what is happening in the world. I saw what was happening in my life, and I understood that the only thing that I was going to be able to have is to do something that is unnatural, and I will never, ever do something like self-pleasing because it's unnatural. I will never, ever, ever watch pornography because it's unnatural. Okay. Yes, these people have came into my life and they've forced the people that I love out of my life, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I will never not find someone ever again. It doesn't mean that I probably will never not be intimate with someone ever again. Okay. I just have to continue to go strong. I have to continue to prove myself. I have to continue to get better. I have to continue to make myself, valuable. And if I continue to do that, eventually someone is going to see my worth. Eventually someone is going to love me as much as I love myself. And at the end of the day, this is what we're doing it for. Okay. We're doing it for that very reason, to be able to attract someone to us. So we no longer have to go with this lifestyle. And we just need to keep it real, bro. Okay. There's nothing wrong with retention. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. Doesn't mean you're stupid. Doesn't mean you're goofy. Doesn't mean you can't get women. No, we all have different situations and circumstances that is happening to us down in this reality. And mine just so happens to be one of the most extremes because of who I was born. I told you there's hate groups, there's all sorts of things down here, and there's all sorts of people who have control of this reality. And unfortunately, that affects people like me and you, okay? And we have to adjust ourselves accordingly to the different things that are going on in this world in order to protect ourselves. And this is what this is all about at the end of the day. And like I said, we end up finding the best of the things that we could find in the world of retention. And again, all we've done is created something now that's going to be able to help others. So yes, this was a very beneficial practice. I love semen retention, but at the end of the day, bro, if I had a choice, I would rather be with my wife. If I had a choice, I would rather be with my family. If I had a choice, man, okay, I would rather not be having to do this for these extreme amount of times. But like I said, I understood on the times that I was living in, and I learned how to protect myself from all these things in the outside world that were going to do harm to me. And I know that's most of you guys too, because most of you guys have gone through the same things that I have gone through, the same experiences. We see how the world has radically changed. And now your value is determined on how much money that you make, which would signify to you this is a controlled system. And because this is a controlled system that we cannot control, the only thing that we can do is control ourselves, okay? And hopefully at the end of all this, it makes us more attractive, okay? And I really, truly believe that it has. And I truly believe that, like I said, there's somebody out there that's watching each and every single one of us through our ups and downs, through our journeys and our struggles, and they're inspired by that. And because of our magnetism, they will be brought to us. And again, one day we will be out there, and retention will be something that we probably will still practice, but it won't be something that we had to do to this extreme. And that's all I really want you guys to know at the end of the day. So I appreciate you guys that came up in here. I'm about to get up out of here. I love you guys, man. You guys have a good rest of the weekend. Take care of yourself. Pray for me, bro. Okay. Even though praying is the word beg. These people are doing some pretty horrible things to me. Okay. And there's nothing that I've been able to do about it. There's no savior that's came to do anything about it. Okay. I've lost my family. I've lost my friends. I've lost my ways to make a living for myself. Okay. I've lost all of this. Okay. All because I decided not to do stuff that was unnatural. I decided not to touch myself. I decided to not watch porn. I decided to not fornicate. I decided to not pay for women. Okay. I decided to not do all the things that would make me look like an upstanding person in this fake reality that, would make you believe that doing the right thing is going to make you a good person. But unfortunately, being a good person in this reality, okay, is actually the opposite. It's being bad, because this reality is actually a bad reality. And once we waken up to it by the practices of retention, we have no other choice but to keep going on our journeys. And like I said, hopefully be able to attract and bring that person that's out there watching this, that's inspired by it, okay, and sees what type of truly good person that you are. And they're going to be willing to, endure all the things that you're going through along with you. But again, that's slim to none pickings out in a reality like this, because I told you, unfortunately, most women are about survival. Most women are about being comfortable. And they would rather settle for something that they're not interested in. Okay. And I've seen this from the women that I've dated in the past. And I just want you guys to understand that this is the reason why we are doing this. Okay. For no other reason, bro. We're not doing this because we want to do this. Okay. We're doing this because it's the only way that we're going to be able to protect ourselves in a world like this. Okay. In hopes that we'll be able to bring the person that is truly meant for us to us. And at the same time, like I said, it gives us the ability to set ourselves apart from the rest of the men because you truly get smarter. You truly do get better looking. You truly have all your attributes, okay, get 10 times better. This is all true. But again, at the end of the day, man, if we all had a choice, okay, we all had a choice. You got to keep it 1,000 with me. I love you guys. You got to keep it 1,000 with me. If we all had a choice, we all were able to have that woman that we want to be with, none of us would be talking about this. And that's all I'm going to say at the end of the day. So I love all you guys, man. Again, pray for your boy, man. I'm hoping things get better, bro. But I'm telling you, man, like, this is not the life to live, bro. This is not the life to live, man. I don't wish what's happening to me on anybody, bro. And all I can do is come on here and speak my truth. All I can do is come on here and be real, be authentic. Okay, I'm not a liar, and I can't come on here and do anything different. So that's all I want to tell you guys, man. I love you guys, man. You guys have a good rest of the weekend, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Peace, fellas.
You are now listening to the Shaved Lion King Radio, the realest retainer in the game. You are now listening to the Shaved Lion King Radio, the realest retainer in the game.
Activate the Shaved Lion King.
You are now listening to Beantown Beats. Beantown Beats.
You are now listening to TSLK.
The most powerful man in the universe.
Unstoppable!
All you can.
You are now listening to Beantown Beats.
Let our powers combine. I have the power!
You are now listening to Beantown Beats.
Northwestern, I am the shit.
Certainly will be.
Oh, plenty. Thank you.
Good luck, honey. Mwah. You deserve it.
Oh, I was just talking about you. Hey, surprise, I'm on your oral exam board. Hey, look, come on in here. I want you to meet your future alumni. No, come on, this is a great time. Look, it's Richard. Finished his written exam in only 20 minutes. This kid is a dynamo. Richard, I want you to meet Dr. Stern, Dr. Fine.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Bag. I've heard a lot about you.
Dr. Brown.
These orals are something of a formality. We just want to get to know you better.
And Dr. Smelnick. Richard, is there something you want to say? You look like you want to get something out, son. My God!
The shaved lion